If you can hear me, push 1 in the chat. All right. Thank you for the confirmation. Welcome back to the Black Brain Trust. This is open chat number 60. The game analysis. Please hit the like button as you come in, share the video if possible, and hit that notification bell so you get all the updates from the Black Brain Trust, including those posted on the community tab. No docket today. It's an open chat. Wanted to give an analysis on the debate between Platinum Elite and MOT, Man of Tomorrow. So I'm just going to skim through the talking points of Platinum and other supporters of the game. All right. So let me cue this up. Actually, let me drop the link in the chat because in case anybody wants to join and give their analysis as well. So we'll pause it periodically when we find something that we think is actually worthy of a response. Okay. Give a shout out to people who showed up first. Cyber Lion 7, what up, man? Money God Trading, peace. Art New Star, peace and strength to you. Rainy Woman, good evening to you as always, and thank you for all the help you've done in the background in building the channel. Excalibur, salute. Venture Seeker, what's up? All right, let me get started with this. I think it's important that we actually have this discussion because I did a rant the other day, but I actually did not hear this dialogue between MOT. So my rant was actually pre-debate, and so I think that this discussion is worthy or I shouldn't say discussion, but the dialogue that happened between MOT and Platinum Elite and others on the panel is actually worthy of discussion. All right, let me share my screen.
Bottom barrel women and shit. Like, so when we start putting all these definitions on game,
fair use.
It originates from going after women in a certain type of environment. We know that when these women are, they may be worth it to another person, but overall they keep up a whole bunch of trouble and drama. They're very low common denominator. They don't really bring anything to the table. They choose weak men who use the game so that way they can be able to have and gain and maintain control of the environment that they built called the Black community. And I'm just saying, for me personally, getting your money up and leaving this game shit all the way the fuck alone is the best thing to do, because we got to leave this game shit alone. I mean, we're in the year 2020 and we still following up behind unfeminine women and like a lot of clown ass niggas out here who are actually don't really got no motherfucking accomplishments and shit. And they just keep trying to move this game shit like into another generation shit, because what the game is about is cannibalizing the youth to make unfeminine women happy within the environment. That's what the actual game is about. Because see, there's no end to the game, right? Because as long as you're chasing an unfeminine woman in her natural environment where she runs shit, you ain't gonna never be done with this shit. That's the thing. Like me, I don't respect these women in the environment. They're not feminine. They're not nurturers. do the shit that they're supposed to do. They actually abuse themselves within this marketplace, and I'm gonna make them fucking pay for it every time I open my fucking mouth. And I don't care what nobody say about it, because you have to realize, man, that there's a lot of dudes out there who actually think that they can hostile on dude with access to these broken ass fucking women, and I think that's some fucking bullshit. You know, everybody want to be responsible for hitting the chick, but don't nobody want to be responsible for the outcomes of it. It's the outcomes of the shit that I got a problem with. The outcomes of the shit that I'm being judged by, that everybody else black in this environment being judged by. You know what I'm saying? We can't have harmony with hoes dropping kids like that and not being raised properly in the environment. And you have the niggas with the so-called game who's coming back to try to. Oh, a second, man.
I'll take it over while you.
Now, I don't disagree with MOT on this. Okay, I think MOT is right on the money with this. I see nothing wrong with what MOT is saying. I completely agree with him, and think that he's making a very strong point that this is how we got to where we are right now outside of white supremacy. I know somebody's going to come in and say, well, what about white supremacy? Well, yeah, I agree. White supremacy played a significant role policy-wise in marginalizing Black people from capitalism. I think that's a separate issue to what we're talking about right here. I think MOT hits the nail on the head, and he only took 90 seconds to really make his point. Cyberline, do you have anything you want to add to this?
No, not just yet. I'm just actually just, listening to it. I mean, I've heard just a few bits and pieces, of it and everything like that. Open that door, thank you. I've heard just a few bits and pieces of it. I mean, I have a different interpretation of game, but I guess I'll hang back and listen a little bit more so I get a little bit more of the context before I have something to say.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got Complex Design on the channel as well.
Shout out Mike V. Shout out Cyber. What's going on, y'all?
What up, man?
How you doing, brother? Good evening.
All right. So I think MOT hit the nail on the head. I don't see anything wrong with his point, but let's hear what Platinum Elite has to say.
You finish up your phone call right there.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Now look, you gotta have game if you want to get with the women, man. They're not gonna just fuck with you the right way if you just giving them a bag. Now that's lazy. That's a lazy Mac. You're gonna lose in the end fucking with these hoes just off your money, man. They're gonna run off with your money and they're gonna give it to a nigga like me. I mean, that's just what's up. You gotta have something to make you gotta have more than that. Women have a lot of their own assets. They don't necessarily need a man. This is modern society. That's an old way of thinking where you think, okay, I got to give it, the chick, she got to fuck with me because I can give her some money or I can take care of her. A lot of women don't want that. They don't want that. It's not what they're looking for, in a man. And that's something that's bad. You don't want to have that type of mentality with these modern day women, man. You want the bitch to choose you. You want the bitch to fuck with you on some money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just the way it is. You don't ever want a woman to feel like, that you got to take care of her like that.
So what I'm hearing here is that you have to appease her outside of the economic conditions. And your ability to socialize with her is more important. Your ability to socialize your way into her liking is more important than actually being financially stable. Am I hearing something different here?
Yeah, well, Mike, you missed the point here. You see, we don't have to be concerned about that because those chicks are going to take your money and give it to him. You see, so financial stability really isn't much of a concern.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Think about that. Redistribution of wealth. That's what we're talking about here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about taking money from working class, upwardly mobile men and redistributing those resources to men who don't really have much going for themselves.
I mean, that came out of his mouth.
Yeah, that's I'm making sure that I'm hearing the same thing because that's what I'm hearing here. So when we talk about building, the black
Oh, well, yeah, we heard
community,
the same thing. We heard the same thing. Yep.
right? We talk about building the black community, defunding the police. How is it possible that the same people who want to defund the police also want to redistribute the money and resources from their own people to give to more unproductive people?
It's a conundrum.
I don't, I mean, make it make sense. I mean,
That's game.
we're not
Head
certified.
scratcher, even.
Yeah, we're not certified financial planners. If you want a certified financial planner, go to cfp.net and look up 18830. But I'm saying that money is being moved around based on the idea of game. It's a shell game, right? It's like a Ponzi scheme.
I mean,
It
and
is.
there was one. Oh, my bad, MOT. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, like the reason why I had this conversation is because the points are about he ain't producing anything. He's not producing anything.
Mhm.
You got this show called Game. Like, listen, he obviously needs a woman for all this stuff to work. He obviously needs this woman to also be free within the environment to mess with other people for this stuff to work.
Mhm.
Well, MOT,
also-
don't forget, he also needs you to compete for the same women so that you give them the money that they then give to him.
They give you. I mean, when I heard that, the conversation was over. The conversation was done. There was no reason to even talk. It was. I'm sorry. I mean, I know you have to do your thing, but for me, that conversation is no longer valid. It's over.
Mhm.
If you're gonna sit there and this is what game culture ultimately means. The game ultimately, here's another brother gaming you through some babe, and to get her to give you her money. Give her your money, and then she in turn gives that money to him.
No, but
I mean, you see, this is why you have the fucking whack shit you got going on, and there are too many guys like this talking like that. And I'm not talking, and I'm going to say this, and I got to be very clear. I'm not talking about the game guys that are out here talking about, hey, get your, your confidence up, and kind of, boost, boost yourself up a bit, and kind of get out here more, and and I'm going to try to get you to be less awkward and that type of thing. You have these guys out here that that are on that side of the game, and I understand some of that, but this
Guess you
shit,
can't walk up.
yeah, but the thing is, Nagone,
this shit,
yeah, but the thing is, we're talking about a pandemic, right? Where
Right.
60 million people will be filing for unemployment within the next 30 days. And
Right.
the idea here isn't about, let's save the black family. No, it's let's take the money and give it somewhere and give it to some other guy who can't finance his own lifestyle.
right.
Right. And so, these same people who will sit up here and say, well, you educated guys, you go out there, you marry white women, you go out there and you do this, and that. And the money leaves the community. When you die, that money's going to go to a white woman and this, and that, right?
Crazy shit. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, they don't have a problem taking your money though.
No, but that's my whole thing. Mike, you dead on it. That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
These guys are talking all of this shit, all those communities. Like I said, what condition has this left the community in?
Yeah.
People talk about the community.
Mhm.
What position has it left it in? Behind this game lifestyle. Behind this game lifestyle.
And it's
De
not-
facto pimps, de facto bloodsuckers. That's essentially what you're getting. And this is what you got going on.
And it's not about buying N95 masks so that the family's safe and that the children are safe and that the people are
Got
safe.
nothing to do with that.
No,
Nothing to do with that.
no. It's about taking your money from MOT and giving it to this other guy. And MOT is mad because he's an educated lane, right? He's an incel, so to speak. Or somebody called him on the panel. He's an incel. He drives a truck. He's an incel. He manages. He's an incel. I mean, imagine this, right? It's funny because you have to laugh so that you don't cry. But the premise is that she's going to take your money and give it to him.
Give it to him.
Not so that he can go down to CVS and get some hand sanitizer or something like that, or
No.
Walgreens or something like that, get some hand sanitizer, or go buy 100, medical masks so that the community can be safe. No, it's just so that he can have it.
He can
But
have it and possibly even trick it off.
Mhm.
But that's what you're looking at. When I heard that, because was it MOT or Mike? Somebody, one of y'all sent me the joint, and I called you right back and said I can't listen to this any longer. I don't know who I was talking to. I can't listen to it. I'm done. And I'm not breaking on whoever this brother was. I don't know him, so I'm not sitting here trying to get on him. But I'm saying the mindset of what was being said. This is what game is, and he's just expressing how many of these other gamesters actually see it. And this is the kind of shit that I'm sitting there saying, you can't let this stand on its own.
Yeah.
This can't stand. This must be challenged. It's supposed to be blasted. And for people to sit down and say, yeah, man, that's game, man, that's game. All you community niggas who are talking all that, you got to be bullshit. You got to be full of shit, because you by rights, if you're talking about helping the community out, this is not helping. This is not helping it by playing this game. And if people think that it's helping them out, and this is how you want to operate, that's why you see things the way they are.
Yeah, let's listen to this further.
It makes you come off weak. You come off like a needy ass nigga, man, and a weirdo nigga. The hoes ain't gonna want to fuck with you.
There's that word again, weirdo.
Well, wait. But Mike, he said needy, yet he's receiving money from the women who get money from the lames.
Well,
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me give my analysis.
Ain't nothing wrong with having a nice car. Ain't nothing wrong with having a nice life, all that shit. But you do not want to be fucking with no hoes behind no money, man. You're gonna lose with the women. And a lot of these niggas, man, I don't want to start name calling, but a lot of these niggas is they bitch broke. You know what I'm saying? They bitch broke. They because they've been trying to convince these women to fuck with them off that money shit. That money shit ain't gonna work. That's short term. That's a short term, weak game, and you're gonna lose in the end. And you do not want to do it. There's too many of you niggas out there think all these bitches is somehow beneath y'all or some shit like that. What are you basing it on? I mean, too many. But you say the woman is beneath you, but you out here trying to knock her windows out. You out here getting locked up. You running behind the motherfucker. You getting blocked on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You getting ghosted. You mad at the motherfucker. You on every dating app that's available. Yet you claim you ain't trying to fuck with these hoes. So I know you niggas is lying. So I see it all the time. Hear it from you. So at the end of the day, man, you niggas who fuck with women with the money, them weak ass niggas, real men, like men, we gonna have game, because the woman, that's what they want to hear what we got to say. A woman likes the challenge of a man with game. They like that. They want a dude, okay, explain why I should leave with you. Why should I be with you? Why? And when you got the good conversation, she gonna fuck with you. When you can outsmart her, she gonna fuck with you, giving her a reason. When you can say things that other niggas say, the money make you weak in the game. It makes you weak. It shows the flaws in your armor. Money, that's
so. Basically, well, why would a woman, women have their own money now?
This is why you got to have the conversation. Let this motherfucker talk.
So it sounds.
You got to convince him. You got to convince him, MOT. Come on.
Yeah,
so it sounds to me like.
Why should I leave with you? Like what?
Yeah, so it sounds to me like he supports Black Girls Rock, Black Girl Magic, Black Woman
Black Girls
Empowerment.
Code.
Yeah, Black Girls Code. For all intents and purposes, this is male feminist talk. He's a male feminist at this point. I mean, that's what he's committing himself to. Just based off of my analysis, I could be wrong. I'm just saying all of the.
I wouldn't say you were wrong. I wouldn't call that analysis.
No, he has subordinated himself. Well,
Yeah.
why she gonna be? He has subordinated himself. He has put himself in a subordinate position.
Yeah.
To like, why should she be with you?
Yeah. Well, Nagonis Borgen out. Nagonis Borgen out. So
Nah, man.
it sounds
I'm
like
sorry.
Yeah, it sounds to me like, this could be like the black version of Al Bundy, where he sits on the couch with his hand in his pants and a newspaper under his arm, and doesn't really do much. And Peggy just basically hands off. The situation this doesn't seem I don't want to say masculine, but it doesn't seem assertive, right? There's nothing assertive about what he's talking
Well,
about.
it's very, dare I say, low common denominator.
Yeah. If you really think about it, it's always about what unfeminine women want. And he says, well, she wants somebody that, somebody she can talk to. And I mean, there's nothing about, there's nothing about like the male dominance gene, right? The sort of, I'm gonna go compete. I'm gonna pick up this book and learn Python, man, and I'm gonna step my game up. No, it's all about making her happy. It's all about entertaining her, right?
She wants to be challenged.
Yeah, I don't put it past that. I mean, according to him, yeah, right, to that point, Complex, he wants to be challenged. So maybe he's the cunnilingus king.
Perhaps.
We was kangs, right?
What in the world?
I mean, hey, dude, this is game, bro. This is the art of the slick talk.
Yeah. What about Chicago?
Oh fuck!
Let's listen to what he has to say, man. Oh.
That's old school. You're gonna take care of the bitch. You're gonna buy an air conditioner and shit. Like, that's weak shit, man.
Mhm.
That's weak shit. You know what I'm saying? You want a bitch to fuck with you off of it's really off the brain. You don't spin off your Mac game. It's really off the brain. And that's the thing that kills me about the money niggas too, especially in these spaces. If you niggas are so smart, you should want to have that debate with that female about why she should be with you. You should look forward to that.
I am not going to debate what a fucking chick, why she wants to be with me. I also don't want a bitch.
Wow. I'm telling you, I can't fuck with this man.
But this is like I guess the hood version of a sapiosexual. Is there
Neanderthal sexual?
I don't know, man. I've never heard of this before. I came back from the continent a couple months ago. I can't really relate to this, but because those women over there don't play those games. You can't.
You are talking to a de facto male. It's a male feminist. That's what you're dealing with, man. Break it all down, look at all up and down, all around the way. At the end of the day, it's male feminist. You should be proving to her why you should be with her.
Hey, this guy, he's from Chicago?
No. I brought up the what about Chicago point because it's the worst sort of response to anything.
Like anything about like black?
Yeah, anything black, right? Conservatives are always saying, well, what about Chicago?
What about Chicago? I got you. I'm gonna hashtag that shit.
Yeah, what about Chicago, right? She wants to be entertained and challenged, and what about Chicago? That's a challenge for you right there.
She wants to be entertained.
There you
go. This is male feminist talk. Or in many respects, I hate to say it, it's basically a simp version of game. It's game.
It's empowered simping. That's all it is.
That's all it is. Male feminist.
Let me ask you
what he has paid to the panel, what he has admitted is that he is broke, or he typically has considerably less money than the women he deals with. So,
of course, you're right. He's subordinating himself to them. He's subordinating
the
himself.
problem with this debate is it's kind of from my distant view of it, is it almost seems to be a kind of a class debate.
It is.
Where you guys are on one side, class, obviously a function of your economic status and maybe your education, formal education as well, and training, certification, things of that nature. So from your position, you can operate from a position of leverage and economic power, but this is what's also missing too. I think he presents a kind of false dichotomy with respect to the issue of money, because a man can have money and use money as a means of leverage over a woman without spending money on that woman.
Right.
You know, if you have money, and if it's clear to most people, particularly women that you're dealing with, you can wield leverage over them without spending money on them. Now you'll be dealing with the issue of whether or not that woman hopes to at some point be able to obtain that money or some of that money from you. But you don't have to spend money. You can be a wealthy man and use your wealth as leverage and advantage over a woman without necessarily spending it on.
Yeah. And I mean, according to this brother, he says, you educated guys, you money guys, you going around busting people's windows and stuff like that and getting blocked on Facebook and so on and so forth, right? Like, I don't know any guys who work for IBM or Microsoft or Google or anything like that are running around busting people's windows, man. All the guys I know in IT, they're doing pretty well for themselves. Most of them are married, and if they're not married, they're doing pretty well in other areas. They travel a lot. I'm not seeing these guys that is being mentioned here that somehow, some way they're going around busting people's women's windows out because they got played or something like that. I'm not seeing that.
That's the educated, lame, quasi incel, crazy incel debate with these guys. That's the narrative that's trying to be painted here. Mm-hmm. Oh, these guys are educated, they're awkward, they get blocked on Facebook, they lose their minds, they smash windows, they go crazy, they're sitting in their houses by themselves, going nuts and ready to kill. That's what that's the trope that they're trying to run. When quite frankly, this is quite the opposite. But
let's go to Cyberline. He has his hand raised.
Yeah, so I said I was gonna try to have something to say once I got a full context of what was going on. And so, I'll just say this, what type of guy, and I'm really just speaking for me and just a few of the real out there, however many it is, what type of dude really, like, why do I care as an individual what the next man, or why the next man is worried, number one, about how much money I have or how much money I'm getting, unless I'm worried about him because he's watching, because he's trying to plot to stop it or make it shorter to try to take something from me, number one. The next thing is why, me, myself, why am I worried about the next man if he's not, nigga, if you ain't complimenting any woman that you see on my arm, I'm not even really worried about him watching, for real. So it's to the point to make a comparison, you understand? Like real dudes, these is problems that's just like kind of like the gnat that's around your food or that's in your face when you're trying to do something, you're trying to really swat them out of the way. I myself, again, for all intents and purposes, I'll tell you something. Cyberlion doesn't believe in incels. I don't believe in an incel. I don't believe in an educated lame either. These are constructs. These are constructs that don't really have a foundation. And so it's just like, I've hollered at the Platinum Cat a few times, and for guys like that, guys like him, guys like you, Platinum, or whatever, I'm saying it, here or anywhere else in the world, those guys who, if you want to learn something from a guy that's doing it, okay, holla at me, holla at that, holla at the man that you see that's doing it, but to compare shit, like, I mean, I know guys, we talk about women in cars and things like that because it's locker room talk, but okay, if it's a few dudes out there that think that they can talk real good and talk real slick, and get what they need from a woman, okay, that's fine. I mean, I can do the same thing. The difference is I don't have to go on ESPN to talk about it. You know, if it's a couple of guys out there that can throw a few dollars in front of a few chicks, whether it's
10
in
seconds.
the United States or whether it's here, you know, whether it's abroad, okay, I can do that too. But the difference is I don't got to go on Sports Center to talk about it. You
Yeah.
know.
Let's go to Salchi. Yes, his hand raised.
Good evening to the panel.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, bro?
Everything's good. To me, there's two things going on. One is it's your socio-economic dynamic, and two, it's a worldview dynamic as well that's going on. So they're combining those things with a minority group of males and or females. They're packaging that and they're selling it. I mean, that's really what's going on. And okay, I mean, that's cool if that's what you want to do, but just call it what it is and just keep it moving. Yeah, I mean, okay, it's gonna work for a certain specific amount of females, but again, call it like it is. And you know, why are we going back to this house Negro versus, you know, field Negro? That's really what they're saying, because I'm a field Negro. I am better, I am more superior, or I am stronger. Okay, let's say that's true. All right, well, you're quite literally displaying you're a one-dimensional male. Okay, oh great, you're just expressing that one thing you're great at. Cool. What else you got going on for yourself? Not much else. And okay, that's cool. But other men who you aren't even technically around, you really don't know what's going on, how they function, or the women that they're dealing with. So what are you talking about? I mean, that's how I see it. It doesn't bother me personally, but I see what's going on. And as a, and I use the word community lightly amongst blacks in this country, it's not sustainable. And it doesn't move us forward at all.
Yeah,
but that's what's popular though.
Yeah, but not during COVID. This won't be sustainable unless they recut those stimulus checks. But yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, MOT, you have something you were gonna say?
Yeah, you have to understand, like, it's a battle of extreme contrast. See, for him, it's extremes. Everything is always the extreme example. There's no spectrum. It's either you're him or you are an incel, and there's no in between. Period.
Can I speak to that, MOT?
Yeah. But who is he?
Well,
who is he, or who are they? Those, like, man, it's crazy, son. Those type of guys, it ain't even a battle for real, because they are in anybody like that. They're not a pendulum that's moving to the left or to the right. So I won't even consider it a battle. It's like
they are a lowest common denominator that weighs down the aggregate. That's what the fuck they are.
They ain't even that though. They're not even that. It's like if
really?
you fly an airplane, what are you worried about the fish in the water for? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're saying they're on two different planes. Yeah, he's right.
No,
I understand.
I understand they're on two different planes, but see, those planes intersect in social media spaces, right?
Right.
Hence this debate. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we have to kind of address the intersection points and analyze why there is varying viewpoints, right? Why is MOT on one side and why is this dude on the other side? Why is he saying what he's saying and why is MOT saying what he's saying? Why is what he's saying, why does he think it's important? From the opposing position, you know, because these are black men that we're supposed to be building this black community with, right? As this great big black aggregate, this monolith, this culture, we're all supposed to be building together this community and all that shit, right?
Says who?
No. It's not a says who. It's not a says who. That's the pervading notion, correct?
Right. Right.
Okay. All right. See, so we have to analyze the parties in which we may or may not be dealing with. I didn't say that this was a fundamental thing where we have to battle him into submission so that we can get this brother on our side and work together and all this. No, this is an open exercise. That's why MOT did the debate. It's not as if MOT went there to go and convince him of anything.
Yeah, but to Salchi's point about the house Negro versus field Negro, I would say that this line of thinking is more of a house Negro, right? The idea that you know, the idea that, well, I just kind of jive talk my way through this and I don't have to produce anything. House Negroes never really produced much. You know?
Well, that's another angle to look at.
That's true. But the thing is, the way that they're presenting it or packaging it is that it's entertaining, and you know how women love to be entertained, and men who don't really produce prefer to be entertained as well, and it's made cool not to be productive because that's the white man system. Like there aren't like humans haven't made systems throughout the human race period from other races anyway, as if they're trying to nullify, like, the white man has always had power throughout the world and we're all oppressed and black men have never done anything and you're stupid for following their system even though we live in America. I mean, that's really what they're saying. And you who have any sense is like, dude, you sound like an idiot right now. But okay, I do see that some women, a certain sect of women are following you, and you're selling a product. I see that, but you sound ridiculous, bro.
Let's see what he has to say though.
Want to do that? They want to run. They want to go to the ATM. They want to peel out $300. They want to lay that shit on the table, and they want to ask for some play. You know what I'm saying? That's weak nigga shit, man. That's weak. Niggas like me, thank you though. Thank you though. I tell motherfuckers, put your name on that money. Put your name on that money, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna show you the money she gave me. It's gonna have you put your name on that motherfucker. You can't fuck with him like that, man. And I brought him up here because he's a dude who stands behind what he said. You know, he had a problem with one of his trucks, and he said that the insurance company was gonna call him doing the thing, so he had to take care of that. But I asked him to come up here because he's one of these dudes that's gonna stand up on that. Okay, he's gonna come up on the money side. That's what he believes in. You know what I'm saying? So I already made my point. I don't know if you heard it, but I'm just saying.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, it's just that we have a bleed over of like what these terms actually means, man. Like, I'd rather the shit that really kind of originate with bitches to kind of stay over there. You know, I don't want this expanding actual level of game, because it became, it just turns into like a clown show when everybody is just calling everything game. You know what I'm saying? Like if the real P's out here were out here policing their actual craft and like stopping people from like using the terminology all incorrect and shit, calling out dudes who they know clown ass motherfuckers. Like it's the quality control aspect of it that I have the most problem with.
I got you on that. That's really not game though. I'm more of a Mac. I'm saying game is a Mac, and P game, that's different. That's a different type of game. That's a whole different world. And it's more like advanced game. It's advanced. So if you're still just trying to date, if you're just trying to get dates and maybe a wife and stuff, that the P game is way, you don't want to deal with that, because they ain't got nothing to do with it.
No, and like most of these women are acculturated prostitutes anyway, for the way that they've been operating within this environment. So that's why I say it doesn't matter what the women say or what their opinion is or what they even choose, because I'm a man. I have male nature and choice, just like they have female natures and the dudes who they choose to actually keep control of their environment. So me, I use money to control my environment. And that's the way it is. I only deal with feminine women, and if they got to have a high level of overwhelming consequences from their culture for me to even fuck with them, because I don't like dealing with women who don't know how to act for the most part. I'm not a big fan of that shit. When a woman reaches that level of masculine disrespect, she got to be put down like any bitch ass nigga. Period. There is no arguing with. Period.
So I think MOT makes a very clear and concise point. And it seems to me that this is unacceptable to the game community. Right? Would anybody disagree with that?
No, I mean, like what he's saying is that bullshit is part of the package. And I'm like, bullshit is not part of the package. You made it part of the package. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and be disrespecting. Like, these dudes are willing to go through anything for sex.
That's exactly.
MOT,
and
you
and
and your damn
I just want to
standards.
say this, and they know, and you go in some of these chats, you see some of these women talking, you say, oh, black women, been going up and kicking up Musk in black man house, man, forever. So these women know, that you've been they're doing this shit, but you get a lot of these guys who sit back here and say, this is acceptable. This is what you should be dealing with. And I'm dealing with it. So, you need to be dealing with it.
I think I hear what he's saying. I think I'll find, based on that question that Mike just asked, I think I actually get it now from listening to more of the conversation. So I think to answer your question, Mike, I think it's what I'm hearing is what Platinum is representing is like, okay, you do to feel you have some wherewithal or have some money. You guys feel that you can spend your money and throw your money at things, at women, I guess, in this conversation, and you feel that that's sufficient, and it's some sucker shit, it's some lame shit, but it's just like, okay, don't blame the guy. Like, don't blame the guy because for you having to talk to get what you want. If I could pull out $100 just because I feel like it and get the same thing, like, I don't understand why is that sucker shit, or why is that lame, so to speak, because you don't want to pull the $100 out your pocket, or you don't have the $100 to pull out. That's like going to the chicken store and saying, yeah, I want 5 of them spicy joints, and it costs $15. Man, that's some lame shit. Why don't you eat the regular joints that cost $5? Well, motherfucker, I got 15. I want to spend and get the spices. Man,
no. It's a little more pervasive. It's a little more pervasive.
I mean, no, that's right? What he's saying. That's literally what he's saying.
But I know, but it's a little more pervasive now, because what he's insinuating here is that you men of higher stature, you men who actually wield more power out here in society, at the end of the day, I actually have more power, because see, I could take your bitch and see the money that you give to her, nigga, at the end of the day, she gonna give to me. See all that productivity you got, nigga, that's coming my way. Why? Because see, I got this game sewed up.
If you feel like that, then okay, you can.
I mean, we know reality doesn't actually reflect that, right? But then again, like I said, we're talking about interactions.
That's true in some cases, Complex. That's true in some cases. I'm just saying this. If that be the case, then it's a stalemate. If the next man, I mean, because I've done it, you've done it, somebody's probably done it. If the next man can run his mouth to get what one man paid for, okay, it's at a stale. The only you deserve to have it then. To the victor goes the spoils. But if for his side, I understand. But again, that answers my question. What I'm hearing plain and clear, and what I see every day, is that those particular dudes on that side of the goalpost, they have a problem because it's easier for some of us who got a few ducats in their pockets that can just say, okay, I can walk up to the ice cream truck and get an ice cream cone. I can get any type of ice cream cone that I want, and I don't have to think about it. I get the ice cream cone, I eat it, I enjoy it, life is good. everybody else can't get that ice cream cone. They got to scrounge and scrape. And so they looking at the guy who can walk up to the ice cream truck to get that ice cream cone. And they saying, oh, you gotta be able to pay to get that. I can do this and do that. And
I think I don't know. I mean, you might be reducing it a little bit by giving it an ice cream narrative when I'm looking at more of a social narrative, particularly as it pertains to Black men.
Let's further hear what MOT has to say.
But you still okay. Okay, if you sound like a smart dude, why wouldn't you want to challenge a woman mentally? Over the over her, what you want from her, because that's
What you mean by challenge though?
Challenge, just like have a conversation where you want to get the draws. As far as instead of talking about how much, just say just holler it on just who you are and who she is and see if you can get to her to fuck with you like that.
No.
Who in the fuck? Wait, stop.
What is that? What is that? What was that?
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around it myself, man. This shit just made my vein pop up in my forehead, man. Like, what was that?
I mean, dude, like approaching women in this country is a far gone conclusion. I wouldn't do it because this is not a good environment to approach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do the approach thing. I approach cultures of people so that way they can give me pre-vetted shit. Yeah, I like the pre-vetted shit. I don't want to go through the getting to know a motherfucker. I want to know that you understand the shit, and if you can't, I could take you back to your fucking people so they can put them hands on your motherfucking ass. I ain't got time to be doing all that kind of shit.
I think he thinks.
I don't know. We're not going. I don't know why you would do that. Look, we talking about look. But we talking about American females though. American females, man.
Hey, man, I don't do it.
Hold on, no, you could come at them with the wallet, but I'm looking at that as the thing. The proper way to come at American female is off of you. You present what you are. It's you. It's me. It's you. It's you and the woman spending some time together, sharing. Getting to know each other. It don't have to be, hey, let me give you this $300 and I can fuck on you. And then it's over with. And
what?
To me, that's just weak shit. Because to me, and I'm saying, you eggheads, I'm saying you smart guys. To me, you guys should be the biggest game spitter. You should.
What the fuck?
Not.
We don't want to use game in like improper environments. We know these hoes ain't shit, so we don't fuck with them. We just go to a different market and fuck with people who know how to act.
What it sounds to me, what it sounds like to me.
I like that response.
This guy wants you to reverse engineer malware.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Of what you can't do. And at the end of the day, they don't like you though. Dudes don't like you, man.
I mean,
he is assuming that all the women are the same.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore he has a certain program that he works on this particular formatting a woman. He doesn't.
Yeah, well, simultaneously, never they're going anywhere.
Well, exactly. I mean, not to, from what I understand, he's from Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got some sociological issues there that may be specific to Memphis and thus specific to how he operates with women that don't necessarily apply in California or the Northeast or the Midwest.
I have uncles who are 70 who talk and act just like this dude.
Nah, man, this shit applies all over. Man.
I have family in Memphis too, so it does sound familiar.
The bottom line, if you're not a male feminist and a simp and running behind some dumb shit, you're not buying this. You're not buying this. Cats who are on their purpose, understand what they're doing, and ain't taking no bullshit. None of these sucker legs. You will not be fucking with this shit. This guy's telling you to fuck with the worst. Fuck with these bitches who are doing the most. Fuck with them. That's what he's basically saying, and play their game. To game your way in on that. What advantage?
Hey guys, can I chime in real quick?
Just access to a piece of ass? I mean, really?
I got a question for MOT.
Who's that?
Go ahead, man. Y'all go.
But who's trying to chime in?
Mugen.
You got to raise your hand, bro. You got to raise your hand.
My bad.
I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. You guys jump in there. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let's go to John. Yeah, let's go to Johnny Blaze. He has his hand raised.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Good evening.
Good evening.
Johnny Blaze.
Hey, man. I actually watched this thing between MOT and and Platinum, man. But I noticed every time, he would state a position, it was almost like he was putting parameters on MOT's position. Like, okay, he's asking basically, why are you using money? And MOT personally said, I'm not leading with my wallet. Why do you guys keep using that as a starting point? That he never mentioned limitation. Absolutely. And he kept trying to set this false premise up using little things. And MOT, man, good on you for being able to, see and counter all these things. But that's the one thing that I caught from this whole thing was you're leading with your wallet. But I got a problem with how this guy speaks. And I don't know if anybody else does, but he keeps using the whole B word all the time. I'm like, look, we're dealing with women here. Now, if you want to deal with the low ratchets, because that's where he seems to be coming from, so be it. I know this guy talked about strippers and all this other nonsense.
Well, Johnny, that's who you're competing with him against.
Yeah, which, hey, you know what? More for him, he can have them.
Well, here's the thing. This is why I hopped on, because it's like motherfuckers talk about nerds, corny dudes, whatever, eggheads, right? Mm-hmm. Educated lames. Well, who created Backpage? So pimps can sell hoes, or hoes can sell themselves, as in the language that you speak. Is it eggheads or the pimps made it?
Oh, pimps who are very proficient in programming.
Probably not, but I'm asking Platinum, because we get no credit, right? We ain't shit. We just lick asphalt every day, quote unquote eggheads.
Yeah, let me go to Eugene Black.
So previously, a few days ago on MOT's chat, shout out to him. One of those guys was, on Platinum Elite side and trying to correlate game to being functional, which still ignites my fury in terms of like, do certain aspects of the Black community not respect people's intelligence? He was basically saying that game can be applied to getting a job that you're not qualified for, or game can be applied to just being simply functional. I'm like, okay, if that's the fucking case, then somebody knowing how to program or be a day trader is game also. Well, and then the guy, whenever I piggybacked and just countered him with his own fucked up logic, he started to get pissed off, and then he started contradicting himself. And every time I tried to point out that he was contradicting himself, he was accusing me of cutting him off. Like, these people don't respect our intelligence. This is basically Idiocracy come to life, like the movie Idiocracy. Yeah, and the problem is, shout out to Zero, we are threatening the system. We are threatening the system by starving it. Like, if you go to a lot of dating apps, even if you are one of those guys that only wants to deal with 18 to 25-year-olds, most of the women that go through the algorithm are usually past that age. Like, you got a lot of females, and here's something that even Fantastic talked about on his channel. A lot of these women, yes, they got jobs, they're independent, they think they can do everything a man can do, they've been ran through and all that other shit, and now they're depressed. They got to take antidepressants. Like, they now have to compete with men for resources, and at the same time, they still want men to go through these hoops and have a mouthpiece and have a certain look about themselves, even though they don't match those qualifications to try and obtain that man, and at the same time, have somebody on the back burner. That's and I've told some females, like, you know what it is with you guys on your end?
10 seconds, brother. You got 10 seconds.
They want the options to have the most desired man, but at the same time be capable of replacing him, even though they don't match up. And that's it. I'm done.
All right. Let me finish playing this. I want to give this at least 10 minutes. I don't want to keep interrupting because we'll never get through it.
That's it.
Yeah, but what do you mean? What do you mean know how to act? Because as we modernize in society, women, as they become as they become more independent, they don't need men for those other things they used to need. Women used to need men for shelter. They used to need men to hunt. They used to need men to protect them. Women don't really need those things now. They can get those things on their own. So
this is like he's the poster child for feminism, man. This guy's the poster child for feminism. I mean, what better spokesperson for Black Girl Magic than this guy? I mean, I don't know, man.
These guys,
I'm getting frustrated just listening to
you
him.
know, Man of Tomorrow. I think it would be interesting if your
don't get all these
response.
guys for exactly what they are. Mike Coleman.
Hey, Nagone, you're borging a lot, man, and you're cutting off other people.
I think it would be interesting if Man of Tomorrow said to him, there aren't that many women who can do what I do. See, there's a difference between what Man of Tomorrow does. What he does is a very, for lack of a better way, manly kind of work. And he's built his business in a very manly kind of way. And I think it might be helpful in rebut to him to emphasize that unlike you, the shit I do is pretty damn manly. And there aren't that many women who can do what I've done. And currently,
I don't know if he should. I don't know if he should be making the appeal with regards to women in that regard. I think he should actually be telling Platinum directly, like, look, you can't do it.
I thought he was on here. I thought he was on here. I didn't know you was playing the playback.
My point complex is he continuously makes the argument of how women can do what men can do or can economically.
Right. And my counter argument to that is, but motherfucker, you can't even do it. So who the fuck are you to come to me and talk about what they can do when motherfucker, you can't do it?
Yeah, but I think that's the whole point of the game, right? That's the whole point. I'm productive, so this is the strategy that I use against your money.
Hence what Mike just said.
Yeah, let me finish playing this because I want to hear at least the next 10 minutes of it.
So now when they choose up on a man, they're going to choose up on the man they want, they like, they lust for. And a lot of you guys are getting left behind. And it sounds like to me you guys
and guess what? I get to choose up on women like they get to choose up on men. This is why you go after the money first. So that way you don't have a woman's opinion running your fucking shit. That's it. It's really not that hard. What the fuck? Hold on a second, man.
Look, bro.
That's them hoes calling him for that money.
Over here. That's what you want to do. I advise you not to do it, man. I advise you not to do it. I advise you, if you need game, you need game to get money. You know what I'm saying? Game is you. It's who you are. When you go to a car lot or whatever, you got to have game to deal with that car salesman. You know what I'm saying? When you go to buy a home, you got to have game to go deal with that.
You don't need good credit.
You have game. You got to know how to finesse. You got to know how to twist things over so that you benefit. The same thing with a woman. You talk
twist things over. Did you hear that? Twist things over.
Get her, it's her that you hand to choose as opposed to the other dudes that's vying for. When you start talking about money, man, that's weak, man. That's weak game. We live in a modern society. I'm gonna say it again. Women don't necessarily need men for those things. Those things that we normally, like you talk about, food, shelter, protection.
Always want to take productivity off the table.
Yeah, that's a good point, MOT. He wants to take productivity off the table because
exactly
they like the way the community is. They like it like that. I don't have to get up and go get an education. I don't have to, be productive. Blue collar, white collar, gray collar, doesn't matter. I can just be me, and that's good enough. It sounds. Actually, let me finish pointing this out.
Now you know that we live in a modern society. That's why you got to come at the woman off of you, off of what your spirit is, what your manhood is, the essence of you. You got to. You cannot come at them with no money, man. They ain't gonna fuck with you like that. That's if you want to do that, you got to get on these little dating sites or whatever, POF or whatever, all of them sites, and get your tricking on. You go out there and get your tricking on, but you're gonna lose on that in the end. You're gonna lose on that, man. You ain't gonna get your money's worth. You ain't gonna get your money's worth because you don't know, you got no game. Just to even do that, you gotta have game because you gotta know how to get the best bargain. You know what I'm saying? You want the whole thing. You want the top and the bottom. You got to know how to talk on that. You back, bro?
All right, I'm back, man. That was an insurance company again. Go ahead.
Okay. No, you got to have game to do life, man. Life is game.
No.
Life is game. There's no such thing as
you're expanding the meaning of it, man, to make it.
You never get. Let me tell you something. You ain't never really. If you use your money, you never gonna get the a good fucking with a woman if you use your money because they don't fuck you the right way.
We gotta pause this, man.
Oh my God. Oh.
Pause this.
No, Mike. I'm telling you, you're gonna be pausing in the next 5 minutes for like the next 2 hours.
All right.
I don't care about none of that shit.
I want to ask a question for MOT.
Yeah, I don't care about what they think.
You say you don't care about pleasure doing sex.
No, I don't care about hers during sex. I don't care about
okay, but I'm saying the way she fuck you is gonna make you feel a certain
I don't care about that. I'm not inside a woman's head trying to figure out what the fuck she thinks. I don't care about that.
Bruh, this man.
Hell.
I don't care about that shit.
That's crazy,
in this environment, I don't care about what they think. I don't even treat them like they fucking human.
Yeah, hey, hold on. Hey, mods, if you could share some of my links. Or we're gonna start pulling wrenches or whatever. Can you share some of my links, mods? But anyhow, that's crazy how a man could not want a woman to give him the best fucking of his life. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking through the mattress.
Oh my God.
So, because I'm saying you give her some money, she might do just a little bit. Just enough.
Grown ass man, dude. Like, I don't give a shit about that type of shit, man.
I don't say how you can go. I don't say how you can say that, bro. That's wild. I can't get that, man. That's some weird ass shit, man. Real niggas out here, we like,
can't fathom.
I know, because I don't think like a bitch. I don't think on the level of a bitch. I don't care.
How's that thinking like a bitch that you want the bitch to fuck the shit out of you? I'll explain that.
Here's the thing, man. If she's cultured properly, she's already gonna do that. Y'all act like y'all motherfuckers with game. You open your mouth and you get like the best shit possible. She gonna do that shit because I got the equipment too. Like, y'all act like game make the equipment work. Like, yeah. I'm gonna put the shit down and I'm gonna be out of there. I'm not gonna be caught up in a woman's feelings and what the fuck she think. Like, dude, I don't think on a level like that. I don't care about that shit.
Whoa, bro. Well,
silence.
When you have a conversation, you getting inside her head. She getting inside. I'm not
trying to get inside her head.
You building a linkage with her, so the sex is gonna be different. When you just paying for some ass, paying for some pussy, it's bland sex. You know what I'm saying? That's why you that's why you dudes can fuck with them dolls and them toys and shit and that fake
don't
pussy
mean
shit.
What am I hearing?
You buy them pocket pussies. You buy a pocket pussy and you put that shit in your pocket and then you go have a Burger King and then you go in the bathroom.
Let's hold on a second. Those are not my arguments, but I'll take those arguments and I'll still destroy all your points. The worst shit that you want me to fucking embody, I'll take all those points and I'll still say I do not give a fuck. It does not care. I don't care about what she thinks. Hey, when you stop being fucking feminine, that's when I can stop give a fuck about what you think about everything. It don't fucking matter.
But
it don't matter.
Player. I'm telling you, real. And what's up with you, Fahim? Real. And Fahim agree with me. I couldn't have pocket pussy in my pocket. I had my little cheeseburger for lunch, and then I dipped to the bathroom and I cut my little,
How is it possible?
What the hell?
He knows a lot about this for somebody who doesn't do it.
I mean, so much detail.
How is it possible that women are accepting of that line of thinking, right? I mean, we're all pretty upwardly mobile on this panel right now. I don't know what he's talking about, man.
But MOT, I think you really expose the crux of the issue here.
Yeah, that's why you have the argument.
You don't give a fuck about the pussy the way he does. That's the bottom line issue right there.
Yeah.
And to the extent that you don't worship the pussy, then you're pretty much liberated from all the other bullshit. Meanwhile,
see,
he's enslaved by it because he's got to have the ooh and ahs of whatever chick he's down with. He's got to have that.
That's what he is enslaved by. He is a slave to this guy. People talk about the gynocracy. There it is, right there. These guys are enslaved to this shit. These are your simps. These are the biggest simps out here, man. These are your simps, man. They trying to say, "Oh, I'm live like that." These guys are simping to this game, man, and that's what they're doing. And they're de facto male feminists as well, man. That's where these guys are at. That's why when I listen to this shit, but yet he's gonna come after you to get your money. He's gonna try to come after
MOT was laughing while he was talking, and did you notice that he got quiet? He had no rap. He had no response.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? I mean, the way he articulates, because what he's talking about is middle-class black men, guys who have money, right? Guys who are making over 50, 60, 70 grand a year, okay? The way he articulates them, it's almost as if they're bums. You know, they eat a cheeseburger, then they go to the bathroom, they don't wash their hands, they got this pocket, toy. And what kind of, the way they talk about these black men is almost as if they're pookies.
I think he's talking about some white characters he's seeing in comedy somewhere. I don't know black guys like he described. He's not talking about the typical guy that you're referring to, Mike. The typical
this is a character.
It's the caricature. It's a cartoon character.
Yeah. It's a character.
And then he went into some real details about that pocket pussy bullshit. I think he's telling on himself.
Well, it's not so much this is what he thinks about you. Mm-hmm. And this is what he thinks about the educated lames, if you will. And he feels this way about a lot of brothers. But at the end of the day, that's why you see shit the way it is. These guys love it the way it is in the community. They love this dysfunctional shit. You see they profiteer off it. And this is an older Negro. These are older Negroes talking this shit because this is how this shit's been for a while. And these guys have really.
Well, he's only 39.
Yeah.
Huh? What's that?
He's only 39, man.
Yeah, it's the same age as I am. He deals with a certain demographic of women, and that's pretty much your diesel chicks, ratchet chicks, man. He ain't bagging.
This dude is 39. He's 39.
Yeah, but he likes.
No, I think he's far older than that.
I hope he is.
Yeah, he's bragging about the chicks that it's like I got a friend that do the same thing. He's happy and proud about him getting basically an 85 octane chick to give him some free pussy. Like that's the type of dude this is.
He just glad to be there, glad to have his turn.
Yeah.
And saying you a sucker for not bending down the same way he is. This shit is, I swear to God, this shit is crazy. I'm listening to this shit, it's like, wow.
It's very like benign misandry, right? This sort of I don't respect you working class guys. I get my 3 hots in the car and I'm good.
I mean, you could watch I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, and you could see this dude like coming out of the jail cell after 20 years of pimping. The
boot cracks and the water leaks out and the goldfish are flapping on the ground, man.
It's entertainment, man.
And he's telling you, man, every man, you better have your theme music too, man. Have your theme music on you when you're walking around. I mean, this shit is crazy, man. I mean,
it's pure entertainment.
We've been dissecting and breaking these Negroes down, man, from day one in this manosphere, and this is what's still passing off for all good because these Negroes they still want their turn. They want their turn. They're running you into into that gynocratic bullshit,
Mhm.
and you're a lame for not being down with this, for not being a de facto simp laid, sucker laid black feminist.
Yeah, he's a feminist for a fee. That's basically what he's saying.
Wouldn't that make him like a Jezebel or a prostitute?
A gigolo.
A gigolo?
But he ain't even a gigolo. He try to get whatever he can. Well, I guess you could say a gigolo, but he's a low grade gigolo. Like he ain't like literally.
I mean, but he sets
gonna,
appointments for the gigolo. Like I don't. Yeah.
MOT, how did you keep your cool, man? How did you keep your cool?
No. I knew what conversation I was coming into because I had the conversation before that with another guy on the panel.
Yeah.
Remember? That was the whole point of having that conversation. I knew what I was setting myself up for.
Yeah,
to finish though, he's like he ain't like a high grade gigolo. Like he's not a Stedman. He's like pretty much Martin when he plays the dude with the Jerry curl. Like he's on that level. Yeah, Jerome in the house. Yeah, he's more of that type of guy.
Yeah, the thing is he doesn't get the leather jacket, right? You're right about he's a low class one. I guess he gets a members only jacket with like rhinestones in the back that says like.
I mean, he literally told himself who he is when he was on a live stream with Sister George and in Concrete Rose. He thought his idea of playing golf, his golf attire was colorful shorts with colorful socks and some shorts like Meet the Browns, like the uncle of Meet the Browns. I mean,
let me finish playing, brother.
Here's the thing, Platinum.
I couldn't do this.
What the fuck was that?
That's a sex toy.
like, you people who claim they got all this game, these be the main niggas paying all this money to fucking child support court and shit. Trying to tell other motherfuckers what to do with their fucking life and shit, man. That's just kind of crazy to me, man. Like if y'all had all this motherfucking game, why don't y'all motherfucking make these hoes give up this fucking feminism shit? If y'all got all this fucking control, don't tell me that you just stop short of the draws, Playboy.
I think he has an open child support order. He has a child support order.
I agree with you on that. I didn't say that.
I mean, man, but damn that every nigga here in this space who claim they got game got kids. Why the same that they claim that they running?
Well, they might. Some people pay their child support. They have an agreement with the baby mama and stuff, and they go on forward. Some of them have their own kids.
Hey, Jethro Mullet, I feel you, man, but dating a black woman is just restricting yourself to that. Is to me, it's just a restriction of a man. I'm international. I deal with other shit. I don't want to be dealing with shit that's been around here. I don't respect these women within this fucking environment, and I don't have to talk to them. Period.
Yeah, but
because they ain't feminine. I don't like being around mouthy ass fucking women, man.
Oh, that's a turn off to you. That's a turn off to you.
Huh?
That's a turn off to you.
Oh yeah.
Aggressive women, like aggressive.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Angry females.
Yeah, man. Like I like y'all gave up and like gave into this shit, man. Like I don't give a fuck about these women in this fucking environment. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Now, demonstrate that they got a track record that they give a fuck about men in general. I'll start changing. But unfortunately, there's not enough room on the shot clock for her to change, for me to take her seriously, and for her to find another dude. I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, that's enough.
Okay, well, hold on, because we're gonna move on. But let's make the point. Now, you just told me that it don't matter to you. And
no, you're born. Yes, I would.
Okay, wait a minute, MOT. Now, what's your opinion of men? Grown ass men and toys, dolls, pocket pussies and shit like that, flashlights. You don't have. No, I'm saying, do you have? Is it you don't care, or you don't care if they do it, or do you look at that as that's something a man should fuck with?
Here's the thing, man. Like for me personally, that's a man's whatever he wants to spend his money on. Like I can't tell people what to spend their money on.
Okay, well, hold on. Okay, you can rebut. Let me make my point about that. I think if you're a man, a grown man, right, grown ass man, I can understand you fuck with some porn off and on. Nothing consistent, nothing consistent, like nothing weekly, right? I can fuck with that. I'll pat you on the back. We could, we could run ball at the park and shit. You still my nigga. You start pulling out toys, dolls, a fucking pocket pussy. You got a motherfucking pocket pussy in your hip pocket. You got a flashlight, some shit you put your dick in, tube shit. Can't fuck with you, bro. You ain't my nigga no more. You're a weirdo dude, man. I don't like, and then you over here using that shit like you shaved your motherfucking chin. You know what I'm saying? You the flashlight.
What the hell?
The sheets.
Like
you got a women. You got a whole motherfucking plastic doll laid up in the bed like a bitch. I can't fuck with you, bro. I gotta move. We ain't boys no more. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna stop right there and let you rebut that. Go ahead.
And guess what? But I think dudes who run around and who empower clown ass, fat, ugly fucking black women in this fucking environment is just as fucking clownish.
Okay, you
I don't even give a fuck.
You think a man fucking a fat, black, or obese woman is just
crazy? Nigga need to be
just as insulting to you. Wait a minute, that's so you do find the doll and the toy thing an insult.
Hey man, I'm here to break these bitches' power by any means fucking necessary. I don't give a fuck what you gotta fuck with. I don't give a fuck about these women's power in this fucking environment. That's what I'm on.
So you are for the toys?
I'm for everything. Everything that it takes to break.
So you're for the fat bitch then? You're for the fat
I don't care. You're trying to make me care about shit that I don't care about. It's more embarrassing having kids with these fucking ugly ass bitches than it is you having a pocket pussy, dude. It's far more embarrassing. Paying these motherfuckers for 18 years.
Hey, bullshit, bro. That's a big deal to black men.
Are you meaning to tell me
that's a big deal? No, I'm telling you, that's a big deal.
18 years of child support just so you can fuck with the women in this fucking environment?
Well, I mean, that's you talking about child support. I'm talking about a pocket pussy. Look, that ain't what black. We don't do the dude might look at a little porn off and on.
I don't care how much they look at.
You start talking about you got your pocket pussy, or you fucking on a stick, you fucking on a little tube thing, or you got a whole motherfucking doll, in lingerie in your bed, nigga. That's weird nigga shit. That's no longer.
I don't care about that shit.
Wait a minute, you keep interrupting. I'm finna drop your ass out my phone shit. Like, nigga, what in the holy fuck is happening to you, nigga? We don't move like that. You ain't my boy no more when you do that.
So you rather these dudes chase these hoes in this fucking environment?
I would rather they do that than do that. I'd rather them.
Man, I don't even care either way, man. I don't care either way.
Like I can't fuck with
my personal circle of friends. If you got too much love for this domestic fucking reptile, I can't fuck with you. You be on that gang shit, I can't fuck with you. Period. That's the way it works. Because the moment you start bringing that bullshit around me, you gonna get you gonna catch the fucking consequences. And most niggas who
if he bring his old lady around him, you gonna hit the nigga?
No, I'm saying if this nigga have a fucking woman who's fucking running him, or this motherfucker is out here on some stupid shit, you can't roll, dog.
Oh, you don't fuck. So if a nigga out here trying to mac on these hoes, they can't fuck with you.
No.
They can't hang out.
No.
Don't call you up. Don't be like, hey, what you doing Friday night?
We not going to the club to talk to unfeminine women, boss. Not me.
Right.
I already got women. Like,
well, you got a pocket pussy, so you good.
No, it's not. It's not that.
You good, man. Shit. Cut that motherfucker on and she put a battery, put a AA in that motherfucker. You got the week. You straight for the weekend.
But see, the women want to be chased within this environment, and I'm not with giving them that level and kind of power. I just rather ignore them and do my own fucking thing.
But part of gang is ignoring females. What's up with your Oscar?
You're not ignoring females, nigga. You just got to saying that you.
Part of the game is ignoring the female. Look, part of the game is me getting nice, clean, fresh, dressed up, posting square up in them bitches' face, and not saying shit to none of one of them motherfuckers.
Why you in their face?
Hold on, and them fucking with me, and me taking 2, 3 of them home. That's part of the game. That's part.
I mean, let's let's stop it right there, man. Let's go around. Let's go around the panel, man. People got their hands raised. Let's go to Sauchi, man.
I mean, what he and the like are presenting is that we're using the social constructs that guys like you have created. So whether it's, you suppose eggheads or brains, you guys created currency. So we can use that against you guys with the women, so we can control the women and still take your money at the same time. Or you have to just use your car. And again, it's something that you guys have engineered, and you need to get that just to get used vagina, and I don't need to use that, so that makes you a trick. I mean, that's what they're presenting, but at the same time, without the brains, there would be no society. So they're using these small extremes. So these small extremes of guys who are supposedly on the surface, supposedly like us, you have a brain and you're productive. So that means you guys are all virtually on the same level. So that's why he keeps on going back to that, these extremes. Oh, you got a flash pocket, or because maybe there's been 1 or 2 guys, who have been with 1 or 2 of the, or 10 of the women that they've been with, who have stated that. So, okay, so all you smart guys, that's how you guys are on average. That's what he's saying. So now he's trying to trap MOT in any way possible by trying to get him emotional by using little small things to see where MOT possibly is and say, got you. You are that guy. You are just like these other guys that these women are saying that they really don't want, that I deal with. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to use reverse psychology, then it's not working.
That's game. Let's go to Johnny Blaze.
All right. Yeah, this guy's nuts. But pretty much, man, this guy he's trying to use the term social engineering and use that as game with all this other nonsense. It's a very deceptive practice, what he's talking about doing. And he's clearly saying, hey, be very deceptive in everything that you do and you'll be just fine. I'm like, we're going backwards. It almost reminds me of that movie that Robert Townsend did, The Hollywood Shuffle. We ain't trying to play these parts, man. No. And that's all I got. I'll mute up.
All right, let's go to Cyberline.
Now that I think about it, I spoke to Platinum quite some time ago. And you know what man, I don't know who the hell this is. Some woman calling me now, I don't even know who you is. But it's ironic, I hear some parallels in this conversation. That whenever MOT says he don't really care, Platinum tries to throw conjectures, and he tries to throw up these crazy constructs. Like, if you don't agree with his point of view, you a funny person, or you got the pocket pee. Like, I guess my question for MOT, this for you, MOT.
Yeah.
Why is Platinum? Why does it seem like Platinum is worried about a system?
Oh no, that's coming up. That's coming up.
No. Keep listening.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah, let's go to Renaissance. He got his hand raised.
Now, I was going to quickly add one thing that I thought about the other day when I hear all this talk of game and this and that is when you look at what the STD rate is amongst BWs in the community, and you got these guys talking about game and all these females, I'm like, do you realize that, because like I said, I used to live in Atlanta. You realize what you're literally, some of these, you are playing with your life, literally. When you don't have any standards whatsoever as far as females and operating like some of these guys do. So that's one thing that popped in my head that doesn't seem to come up enough in these spaces.
Yeah, that's game though.
Hazmat suits.
Yeah, literally, seriously.
Yeah, go ahead, MOT. You got anything you want to add before we move the video on?
Oh no, but whoever asked the question about, I'm sorry, I don't remember, but it's like, what he's talking about, how much you care, he cares about that is coming up. Now keep in mind that he acts like he don't care, but because I'm cutting off all the methods of escape, and we about to just start shelling the mountain after this shit. So,
all right,
now you can just go ahead. Yeah.
Part of having game.
I just
That's
don't
what
like
I'm
the
saying.
power of women in this environment, and peacocking in front of them is some fucking bullshit. It ain't no masculine fucking shit to be posting up in front of
According to who?
random fucking women that you don't know, man.
Where you guys getting these rules of engagement from? Because I want to see this clown ass thing. It's like y'all talking to Ronald motherfucking McDonald. Like,
That's how we look at this shit, to be quite honest with you.
I'm just saying, like, who do all this information? Oh man, don't peacock in front of the bitches, man. That's wrong. Don't holler at the hoe on some take her back to the house, man. That's some going. That's putting the bitch ahead of you. What kind of shit is? How you gonna fuck
you
on?
live in the post Me Too world, man. You should be trying to be in and out of random fucking draws, dog. That's how you end up fucking your shit up, man.
Nigga, you can put a motherfucking condom on. It's part of being a man is getting bitches under your
No,
flag,
part of
bro.
being
A
a
couple
man
of them.
So MOT mentions a Me Too society. This guy says puts on a condom.
Doesn't make any fucking
Shit
sense.
is
No,
restricting
it's
your
about-
access to these fucking women in the environment. That's it.
It's about hoes fucking with you, calling you up, talking about they finna. Hey, my car fucked up, my engine light on. All of a sudden, what? She want to pull up. You know why? Oh, hey, you know what? I'm out. My grandmama staying, down the street. I was coming back and I stopped by. You know why? Hoes fucking with you. Hoes want to fuck with you. That's game. This shit y'all doing is weird shit, man. Nigga got a whole doll in his bed, man.
Who cares about that, man?
See, you know that. Wait a minute. 6
I
months
don't
later.
care about that. I
6
don't
months
care.
later, 6 months later, I'm gonna see that nigga on the news. He cutting off heads. That nigga done lost it. He done snapped behind that shit. You can't do that, man. You'll lose it. You can't.
Don't care.
You can't lay up with no doll like that, man.
Anything's better than empowering women in this environment. If it helps that dude be more focused on what he's doing, I give that dude the freedom to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Because all these restrictions you're trying to put on men, platinum, you don't put no restrictions on women. They can act however and whatever the fuck they want to.
That's the whole point of being a man. You put the woman in your pocket, bro. So that's the whole point. You guys, what I'm saying, all you smart guys, that's the whole point about having a conversation. You niggas can take a fucking, wait a minute, you could take a fucking computer completely down, lay that motherfucker out on the floor, the whole fucking computer, piece by piece, but your niggas can't get a bitch to call you and say what you're doing Friday night. Somebody, it's some fucked up, something's wrong in that, bro.
Platinum. Everybody's point in life isn't to get a bitch to call them. We're talking about bitches. We're not talking about feminine fucking women who actually bring some shit to the fucking table, boss. We're talking about unkept hoes who just got through fastly jumping on some other nigga dick. Now they over your house. I'd rather just leave hoes alone, get my fucking money up, build my own fucking society, and just leave these motherfuckers the fuck alone and do me.
Okay, so look, let me ask you this then. So,
okay,
you fucking a hut hoe. You fucking a hoe from a
MOT, I need you to give them money.
What does that even mean?
Like a hut hoe, a hoe living in a hut. You know, put the water on their head, take the water from the
nigga. I live in the United
lagoon
States,
and
man.
shit.
What are you talking?
You talking about an imported bitch, a foreign bitch from a village and shit.
It's called insourcing, technically.
Okay, so you bringing a woman from a village, you giving her, a place to live. So you giving her shelter, you feeding her, you giving her food, you giving her protection, things that, okay, but they don't, them hoes, the pussy and shit, they don't fuck right. You right, you do all the fucking. Them hoes don't have no thrust in their hips. Them hoes is some dead, hold up, that's some dead fucking there, bro.
Like, man, why are you concerned about what people are fucking on, man?
I'm telling you, bro, that ain't like these sisters out here, man. These sisters out here gonna give you some pushback. You see what I'm doing, all that twerking? What you think they're trying to let you know? They gonna got that wobble going. That's why you see them twerking all the time. You don't ever see them hut hoes twerking. Them hoes sitting,
Twerking means there's something wrong with a fucking woman, dude.
Nah,
like,
they got that wobble. They got that wobble.
Nigga, twerking, like you really think that twerking is somehow
See what I'm saying? This nigga right here.
Bro, like what the fuck is this, man?
They got that wobble. They make a nigga get your attention. Be like, God damn, I want to get up in this motherfucker. You get in bed with it, she gonna kick you out that motherfucking bed, nigga. That's some good fucking.
I mean, but she got
she gonna buck your ass on out. She gonna buck you right on up out that motherfucking bed. You on the back end, you bop. Next you know, you laid up in the bathroom halfway. Nigga, shit. She wants you to come on back in. You talking about them HUD hoes, man. You gonna fall asleep fucking this hoe, man. No, bro. Nah, see, that's what I'm saying, man.
No.
Y'all niggas gotta learn, bro. I'm trying to hope
You
y'all
are
listen,
concerned about dudes chasing these hoes out here, man. Like that's the problem, man. Like you are concerned about a dude's intake of chasing women, and that's kind of crazy, man.
I ain't concerned. Why y'all think you should?
You are concerned.
Another thing too, when you can game on women, you are better socially. You're better as a person. So it's better for you. It's better for you mentally. It calms you. It soothes you. You become more used to talking to people. When you sit around there with that motherfucking pocket pussy, nigga, buzzing off every 15 minutes.
Man, what are you talking
you
about?
Subject to commit a mass motherfucking kill.
Fucking goddamn page.
So let me get this straight, right? You're good enough to take apart a computer and whatnot and write code, but you need game to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
if you don't do it, then you might be liable to go do a mass shooting.
I'm just saying, man, look, everybody in the chat who's listening, you're welcome. I will show up every single time they even call me up to have this conversation. Y'all need to understand what these motherfuckers think, what they believe, and what they say. Because it don't make no fucking sense. This is why I show up to this shit. This shit is high comedy. There's no fucking way this dude can defend anything that was said in this live stream. Not at all. And if the women think that the guy who this is marketing you as a product, also ridiculous. So I'm lowering the fucking standards of the people who believe in this shit by just having a conversation. I know why I'm showing up here. I know exactly what I'm getting out of this.
I mean, honestly, ever since Platinum appeared in the Manosphere, I've had a sense that some sort of performance has been going on. You know, it's very difficult for me to believe that he is actually real.
But you have to understand, Black Girl, that I chose Platinum for a very specific reason. Because he is underneath what all these dudes who claim they got game is. They are this guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you choose your opposition wisely and nobody actually dismisses the opposition that I'm talking about, they become what I go against. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Dating coaches, game hustlers, booksellers, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if I choose my opposition wisely and let them fucking talk, they become what I've defeated by not saying that they're not with this dude. And it's too late because he is the embodiment of who they are. So I'm having fun.
Let me finish playing this.
Major dog, like what do you keep
No,
going
I'm talking about when you out here dry dicking with the boys and shit, bro. No, that's crazy. That's niggas losing off of that shit, man.
Good. I don't care.
Okay,
It don't matter, man.
Okay, MLT.
You stress
I think you're starting to see these things my way though.
Like, oh, okay, Platinum. Listen, man. How are you concerned with access to more women? Why are you mad at that, bro?
I ain't mad at that. Shit, I'm with that.
You're
But see,
not with that.
But see, I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to admit it, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna fuck on that HUD hoe and that twerking hoe. That's me. I'm gonna fuck both. I'm gonna fuck on both of them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna just fuck on one of them.
But listen, man. You are pressed like a motherfucker about dudes chasing these hoes out here.
I don't care. We having a
You are fucking
conversation.
concerned with the shit like a motherfucker.
We're having a debate. So you have a point of money. I have a point of game. I could care less what you do. But you think I'm tripping, bro. You cannot be fucking with them toys, man. Man, you can't do that to no real, ain't no real motherfucking nigga gonna come to your spot, your crib, watch a basketball game, and you got a pocket motherfucking pussy sitting on the motherfucking dresser. They be like, nigga, you a weirdo.
Like niggas like pay for a Mayweather fight and they like everybody pull out their pocket pussies at the same time.
I hope not. That's your crew. No, that's your crew.
Man.
Niggas not on my crew. No, bro. That shit nasty too, man. You got to rinse that shit out too, don't you?
How do you know? Why are you so concerned about it?
I hope you got to rinse that shit after you get through. Sex is a little bit more important to me than just be scraping off, like it's nothing like that. Let me go over here and scrape off for 15 minutes.
Whoa.
Cat. You ever seen a cat? Hold up, that's what I'm saying. You ever seen a cat?
Never heard before. What does scraping off mean?
That's what I'm saying. Scraping off. You ever seen a cat?
No.
Scratch his back. You ever seen him scratch his back? That's how a cat go up there and he'll scratch his back up against the doorway.
Yeah.
That's what these niggas doing. You out there scraping off like, bro, that's sex, bro. That's got to have some importance. You can't be doing it like that, man. That's what I'm saying. You just flicking off like that, man. Like you spitting a coffin, like you sneezing. Next thing you know, nigga got a hammer in his hand or an axe running up the street.
In the fucking corner, like fucking banging out some fucking pocket pussy like the fucking broad ass fucking daylight, man. Bro, you go to jail for that shit, man.
You should. Niggas scraping off. That's what I'm telling you, brother.
Scraping off, man.
I know what I'm saying. These niggas bitch, bro.
Man,
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you, but a lot of these niggas is bitch broke, and you know it, and I know it. And bitch broke, no bitch, no hoes, broke. You're like you ain't got no money. You broke with you bitch broke. That's what I'm saying. I ain't talking about you though. I got respect, love for you. You up there. I would never insult you. Not
no
MOT,
anymore.
though.
That scraping shit sounds bad.
I know, ain't it? That's why niggas shouldn't do it. Niggas scraping off, man. This nigga scraping off again. You gonna get fired. They went, what? You over here scraping off again, bruh? Nah, bruh. You got to go. Now, hold up. First question. Why would a modern day woman want a man with money?
I don't care about modern day women. I don't care about upgraded women on that feminine shit. I don't care about them.
Okay, so
I'm not here to actually empower their choices and decisions. My job is to empower men in their decision-making processes, so that way they can have just as much power of choice as a hoe in the environment. That's what my channel is about. My channel is not about being bitch food for a hoe. No, we don't do that.
You say your channel is not about being what?
It's not about being bitch food. It's not about
bitch food. Oh, bitch food.
Yeah, bitch food. Yeah.
Okay, hold up to the chat. That bitch food. That's the new word of the day.
Yeah,
whatever that is, bitch food.
We're not trying to teach you how to lower your fucking self beneath a fucking woman to get chosen by her. Like, that ain't what the fuck I'm on, man.
It's crazy, man. Bitch food. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever the holy fuck is. I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Bitch food.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so he don't mess with modern day women, because they have their own shit. Okay.
Feminine women, non-feminine women, I don't care about them.
Okay. Number two.
I look at them like honorary niggas.
Number two, MOT. Women today have equal rights, so they can be sluts and fuck like men. Is that good or bad?
I don't care, because I don't care about what they do within the environment. I guess it's good for them. I'm a whole live and let live type thing, man.
Okay, so that's good. Okay, so you don't have no issue with a slut, like a woman that's out here fucking on everything.
Yeah, no problem at all. But she better not be asking for like male protection and like she can't find a good man on some stupid ass shit, nothing like that. So. Okay, so
okay. You ain't gonna So somebody, if one of her boyfriends come up mad because she ghosted him, you'll call the police, but you ain't gonna get in between them off some chauvinism type situation, like take the licks or lumps for her because she a female.
Absolutely not. She gonna get a motherfucking ass whooped. I'm not protecting no
Yeah, this dude. Okay, there you go. There you have it. There you have it.
Only people I
Okay.
protect is older people and older women. Not these
Okay.
young people.
Now, what if the nigga say something to you though? You ain't like you move out the way and the nigga still say something to you like he'll whoop your ass.
What's the context of the conversation? Like he's like talking some shit to somebody else. I mean, I just wouldn't say nothing.
I know, you move out the way. You see what's going on. You move out the way, and she said, "Oh, help me!" And you just move out the way. And the nigga said, "You better move. I'll whoop your motherfucking ass."
But you have to recognize, man. Look, most of these women choose these actual situations that they go in and be in. Like, we know what these women choose within the environment. I'm perfectly okay with what they choose. I'm just like, look, if your ass go off in that deep end of the motherfucking pool, I'm not the fucking lifeguard, man. I'm
Well,
not jumping in the deep end because your ass is in the deep fucking end.
Okay. So, okay, I got you on that.
Yeah.
Okay, now what about the belief that weak men who can't compete with, like game, dudes who have game, want to control the women with money? So it's
I
about
don't think you
control.
can control women with money. I don't think you control women with money. Women in this environment are not controlled by money. If you look at any of these fucking superstars and shit, women ain't controlled by anything. They're controlled by their ever living ability to walk away from situations.
Okay,
Yes, I mean they have the choice to do that. I'm just saying, look, the women are not going to be loyal within this environment because there is no consequences to her walking out of situations that is infinitely going to benefit her. Like in other societies, they would actually put some fucking strangleholds on that type of ability. Like today, I went over a Muslim friend's my house. All right, you see Trick Lessons podcast? That's the guy who you need to debate on tricking. I guarantee you that he will motherfucking do all this shit for you.
Trick lessons. Hit the email. I'd love to bring you up here and you justify your tricking, please.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Now I hope you. Okay, come on. I mean, like we can set something up.
Yes.
Trick lessons. That's
Yes.
You listening to him?
Yeah, that's my homeboy. My homeboy.
Oh, you hang. So if he call you, you cool. You gonna hang out with him.
Yeah, because he don't give a fuck about these women in this environment either, man. We can just do business like fucking dudes, man.
But if nigga out here taking his lumps, going in and out with the bitches, I'm finna go to the club. I might pick up. I might not.
Hey, I'm not going to nobody's club.
No, I'm saying you can't fuck with a nigga like that. You
I'm
gonna
not
get him going.
nobody's club, man. Nobody's club. Fuck that. I do the private house shit, man. I'm not going to nobody's fucking club, bro. I need to have 100% control over the environment and the fucking guest list. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't need to go through no shit like that.
Okay. Trick lessons. Hit the email. I'm gonna put can you put my email in there?
I want to stop it here just to give some people a chance to respond. Johnny Blaze, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, man. This is just crazy, but something I noticed when I listen to the Platinum talk is like he keeps going back to like this whole pocket poem or whatever nonsense he keeps talking about. It's just like he keeps shifting things around. He won't stay on any topic because once again he's trying to show how much it's like he's amazed that you don't care about the things that he cares about. It's almost like a foreign concept to this guy.
Yeah. It's pussy is his god. So
yeah.
Let's go to Black Guru.
Yeah, he might be an addict, right?
I think it's ironically a good and informative interview, both from the perspective of MOT, but also from him. It's like a lot has been revealed about both men, and he, even though obviously much of what he says is fairly ridiculous, he did manage to draw a lot of very good specific information from MOT, I guess partly because some of his questions and commentary were so bizarre, I guess. So it's ironically a good interview when you listen to it, but obviously it's odd.
It was actually supposed to be a debate.
Is that what it's supposed to be? Well, I mean, I guess I can see that it it was supposed to be a debate, but it kind of morphed into an interview. I think in part because he realized he could not. He realized he could not really win the debate as much, so it just kind of turned into a query. And because MOT was not really moved by, you know, his attempts to kind of sensationalize things, he kind of started to settle down into it just being kind of an interview, which, like I said, it's quite informative, ironically.
All right. Play it again.
I'll put it up. I'll put that. They don't know it.
I'm friends with him on Facebook, so I could just get him your shit. So you want to come up tonight, or
no. He could come up. I'll drop it. He come on now. No, I want to do a one-on-one with him because he a trick. I'm gonna bring my man. He's in the chat. Right, he's in the chat.
Man, you need to do a one-on-one with him. You need to do a one-on-one.
Well, it ain't gonna be just me. I got an individual who.
Hey man, stack the decks when it comes to having that dude on, man. Because I think that he got you on all of it.
Okay. Oh, I actually got Sir Ism who's in here right now. I think that'd be. I want him to come up. We'll have fun though. I'll say that we will have some fun.
Yeah. It's like, dude, like once you stop giving a fuck about what these women think, man, you can really live your life, bro.
Oh, well, okay. Now I'm not. See. Hold on. I want people to say, I'm not up here to be arguing and combative. Okay. Now, right here, your mouthpiece has to be clever to get women. Dumb men can't.
A woman being sought after and got within this environment is not equality, man. Especially if you have to keep repeating this shit over and over again, weekend after weekend, over and over again, different women in the environment. Like, dude, if you keep going after non-quality over and over again, like, hey man, you gotta max out on that stupid shit at some point, man. I don't think that's a good use of time. I think it's a better use of time going to a culture that already has this shit figured the fuck out and choose from there. So that way she could be on your team producing for you, man.
Why is the culture you guys tend to pick is underdeveloped cultures where women are they need to be provided for, like they need a place to live, they need someone a protection, and they have, I'm saying, like, why is it when it's a woman who can stand on her own 2 feet, who has a job, has something coming in, money coming in?
I'm not trying to deal with these.
I follow you. That's what I'm saying. I'm starting to pick that up. Yeah, you don't want that because, in your opinion, you don't see that as a woman who's in connection with a feminine.
Like Platinum. Nobody's trying to compete with an empowered woman within the society, man. I don't give a fuck about that. I have my preset shit that women are supposed to do. And once you kind of go outside of that, I'll just find somebody else to fuck with. That's it. Yeah, it's very easy.
Well, I don't know how that sounds though, MOT. That sounds weak because you're saying that an empowered woman who's just a woman is not your cup of tea, yet a woman who's in need, you know, i.e. a woman from overseas. Wait a minute. See, you're not. See, I see you keep stepping on me when I get to that point. A woman who is coming from overseas, who necessarily doesn't have, you know, any feathers in her cap. She don't have a home. She don't have a place to stay. She might even have a language issue, and she needs you. She needs your protection, and she needs your financial support. You're defining that as being feminine, and I disagree. I don't think that's feminine. I think that's a bitch. That's a needy bitch. That's a needy bitch.
To you. To you.
Oh, to anybody. She needs a lot of shit.
No, like, dude, listen. You have to make sure that the only way that you deal with people is on the level that you choose. Like, once you're walking up to women in this environment playing the game, you didn't fucking lost. Especially if they can just walk away and do whatever the fuck they want to. I'd rather I do whatever the fuck I want to too, preemptively, so that way I don't have to be worried about running up on a bitch all the time, man. It's crazy.
Well, okay, I'm not even gonna try. We'll be here all night. I'm letting him put his game out there. Now, this is for the chat, And y'all hear MOT? No. I'm letting you put your opinion out there, MOT. This for the chat. Okay. Now, I disagree, and we'll be here the next week. But we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna accept your thoughts. Those are your thoughts.
Shout out to Zero in the chat.
Yeah, I see him. I just modded him up. Now, hold up. We're gonna go number 5, and then we'll drop the link. Define a man in 2020. Give me your definition of a man.
A man, a dude who's on his shit about his money, leaving these domestic women alone within this environment, unless they know how to act and they want to follow a man's leadership. As long as you're on your shit, following your craft, whatever it is, make sure you fucking have one, and that's it.
Okay. All right. I'll give you my opinion. I don't think that having bitches is the only definition of a man, but I think that as part of the man's maturation process is having the ability to obtain females.
No.
Okay, well, that's a part of my definition. So I don't fuck with them pocket pussies and shit like that.
Yeah. So if you cannot remove Zero's wrench, that'd be great.
I never took away his wrench. Like he took mine, but I don't. Nah, he cool. Look. If you'd like to discuss anything with Man of Tomorrow or me, you're welcome to join. If not, I don't want to hold him up too long. I appreciate him coming up, but it wasn't gonna be long.
No, man, I'm sitting tonight. I'm not on the road. I was gonna get on the road, but there's an insurance situation. Kind of popped off. So they're supposed to handle.
I know Third want to have a conversation with man. Do you know him?
Hey man, look, man. If people want to come up, if y'all want.
That's a Mac there now. Now it's a Mac now. Oh yeah, it might be him already. That's a Mac. So
shit, man, like the doorbell rang, man. Who coming up?
That's a motherfucking Mac. Hold on, let me go to the Zoom. Okay, here it is up there.
I'm just saying the reason why you go after your money first is so that way you got leverage.
Your boy up here.
Who's
your
that?
Boy, you brought him up here. Game changer up here.
Yeah, it's why I'm game changer.
Y'all sound like some lawyers, man. You know that when y'all was up, y'all be talking.
Yeah.
I said, them dudes sound like lawyers, man. No, I just be tripping.
I swear to God, man, you better not be my motherfucking uncle. I tell you that much, man. 'Cause I got 2 uncles who actually live out there, man.
Oh,
You sound like one of them.
No, I ain't your uncle. I ain't your uncle.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you better not be.
Okay, it's the playoffs. No.
What's going on?
I think we're at this point where both sides have conceded their points. Anybody have anything you want to add to this? HVAC guy, let's go. We go to you. Get your hand raised.
Not particularly, but the truth of the matter is just that this particular psychological concept that Black American women have subscribed to is really kind of like the same mentality in slavery that the slave master's wife would do with Black men. And that's all that has happened with Black women. They just have taken over that particular role. That's why the divorce rate is down, this type of stuff. So when you listen to somebody talking to you about game, they pretty much have to subscribe as a man to the psychological downfall of the woman. And that is their skill set. It's not a real skill set, but it curves time until they actually can set monies and different things to the side where they actually can sit at the table from a person who actually probably making $100,000 doing a legit thing as a Black American. It's not particularly right. I'm listening to it, but this is what Black women subscribe to. And this is kind of why a lot of first generation of Black Americans, Native Black Americans, niggas have been here a while, like me. My mom's from Gainesville. My mama's mom was from Gainesville, Indian wars type shit. So I already understand the fact that men ain't been getting respect for quite some time. And that game stuff has ran its course. We're in a recession, and I think like it's only gonna take a couple months in 2020 before all this stuff won't even matter. So, you know, I don't even really have much to say. I'm just kind of analyzing it and everything. And if men decide that they want to be in committed relationships and they want to focus on the skill set, if they decide to go to Brazil, they decide to go get them an Afro Latina, they decide to go to Dominican Republic and get them a melanated woman there, that's their particular choice. I'm thinking about that as well. I mean, I haven't done it, but a lot of my military buddies, there's a particular problem here and we can't like entertain this. You got rich people shooting at each other because they ain't got nowhere to go and they got a bunch of money. So, and it's the same narrative, the Black woman. So there's a lot that's going on and we have to make a decision here. The sex is not worth it with them. We have to decide we have to have a sexual discipline. We have to give them up. They're kind of like obsolete anyway. And it's just better to figure out the 17-year age and 19-year-old age and get them in the military and just focus on the male and the females, trying to make better stock Blacks, like in that age group. Once they grown, there's nothing you can do. We got a lot of low stock Black, and the Black men decide that they want to be in committed relationships and go overseas and figure out what they like until they actually want to do it, then I don't have no problem with that. I think the minister, Louis Farrakhan, hinted at that too in his speech by not talking about Black American women, showing his disgust for their particular actions pre-Kobe Bryant and all this other type of stuff. It's a done deal, not out of hate. It's a business decision. And that's what I don't think a lot of these game spitters understand. You're obsolete, motherfucker. It's over with.
Yeah, let's go to Sauchi. Yes, his hand raised.
Yeah. What I hear a lot is people fail to realize that men have made, especially in westernized societies, they've made life so comfortable that they lose sight of reality. They lose sight of basic natural hierarchies and just basic respect for men in general. Okay, so I understand, women are acting the way they're acting. They will say, well, women don't really need you supposed smart guys or builders because they have their own. They're making their own money. Yeah, because of what we build, and what we protect. So they're still not doing it on their own. It's only because we are actually allowing it. And I never hear them say that, but that's reality. Because reality is, if we were to have a supposed real gender war, it wouldn't even be a war. It'd be a slaughter fest. If we're talking reality, that's why you don't see this on National Geographics. You just don't see it in nature. Anywhere in nature where women are quote unquote females are leading, which is extremely rare, they're not at the top of the food chain. Hyenas, not at the top of the food chain. Bonobo monkeys, not at the top. They're just not. It's always when the men are leading and when there's structure in or standards. And the story, it's just universal. But I don't hear these guys talking about that.
Well, one of the things I noticed in his statements was that he chastised MOT for going after foreign women. And so, because he assumes that they're beggars and things like that. And so he likes the idea that Western society has this sort of gender equality thing going, where women just make their own money and they don't need you for anything else. He likes it like that. Because if you had to deal with a foreign woman, that game doesn't work, right? You have to come with more than just the mouthpiece, right? You have to be able to actually provide. He doesn't want to actually do that, right? So he's not asserting his masculinity in a way that would actually produce the best results for a community. It actually turns out to have the worst results, and he's actually taking pride in that and chastising MOT for that. I find that to be very interesting because how, you know, if you multiply him across 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 men, you start to see where the breakdown in manhood becomes, where it starts to really break down in Black communities. You know, 40-plus-year-old men still wearing Jordans and big baggy ass jeans and stuff like that, or even tight skinny jeans now. You're starting to see these brothers wear the same thing. You know, this sort of forever 21 Negro who feels that, you know, hanging at the mall and stuff like that and macking to chicks is still the thing to do in 2020, even though the malls have been closed.
Well, yeah, it's a mentality that was groomed during slavery, and it continues now for the most part. Yeah, because right after slavery, okay, we couldn't supposedly, well, clearly we couldn't get, you know, regular jobs or jobs where we can thrive. So we had to create these different ways of entertaining or different ways of making money to survive. So that's why you hear them, even the language that they speak, it's still the same. The fact that you speak the King's English well means you're a lame, literally. This still dates back to like slavery. Oh, you're one of those educated, free Black men. Like, oh, okay. So naturally you think you're better than us. That's not even on your mind, but that's their mentality. So these types of things really started way back then. Again, I'm not blaming white men, this, and the third. I mean, it just is what it is, but it continues to go on till today. The only difference now is because life is so comfortable that now we can spit in your face, we can disrespect you, and that's cool. And we have laws in our, you know, other constructs that will also protect us for the most part if you decide to retaliate. So that further makes you a lame because these are the same constructs that you type of guys have created. So I can still use the constructs that you guys have created on yourselves while still getting used vagina. So that makes you a lame. That's all they're saying. That's their entire rhetoric the whole time. So, I mean, me personally, I mean, of course, I'm not around these type of guys, but for me, this is why I love the internet and I love technology, because all it's showing is who people really are. So it makes it so fast for you not to even waste time with them, males or females.
Yeah,
it does. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying the thing is that this really gets promoted to younger Black males. And so a lot of times when you hear frustrated young Black males, their frustration comes from guys like this who don't actually give them the proper perspective on how to be productive and conduct yourself. And so they waste a lot of time in their 20s and even into their 30s on the game that by the time they have to be you know, productive and ready to build a family, it's too late. You're 35, 40 years old and you're talking about getting an IT job now or something like that.
And you just became red pilled.
Yeah. Red pill rage, right? Yeah, the red pill rage starts to set in, and a guy like this, you know, is basically you know, tipping out the back door saying they ain't got nothing to do with me. Let's listen to the rest of this.
What's up with you? I take the snow as a P. Is you a P, bro?
Yo, look, man, I'm a square man. I ain't involved in this shit. But listen, I got one question though. This is on my mind. What the fuck is scraping off?
No, clever man. I'm like,
these niggas scraping off, man. They try to twist it in something. I just said, what my point is, they acting like sex is nothing, like it's farting. It's not. It's a big deal, bro. Sex is different. You don't do yourself like that. I'm saying you just scraping off, talking about bitches ain't shit. let me hit the. I'm gonna take a shit and then I'm gonna scrape off. You're like, nigga, you're a weirdo because you shouldn't be doing that. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, man. Like the example that he used was like a stray cat. And you see the motherfucker like rubbing up against the wall and shit, trying to scratch his back. Like that's what he as he actually sample of scraping off, man. I'm like, God damn, bro.
You got a player up here, Epic up here.
Ooh, man.
They gonna run up. You gonna run them off, Epic. Come on, run. Don't clean them off now. That's a motherfucking player. That's a Mac there. He gonna get the bitch, man. He gonna get that bitch. Fuck all that shit.
Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, game always goes back to the fucking chase of women. This is why I don't want it to have expansive definitions. I want it to say exactly where it's kind of at, though.
But that's part. It's just like we're lifting weights, man. You ever been in the gym and motherfucker put 245 on the rack and you tried to, you want to rep it? That's it, man. It's just you macho, we men. Well, I'm finna rep that shit, man. Put some weight on the bar. You know what I'm saying? Put 275, put 315 on there. Nah. Throw that shit up 5 times. You know what I'm saying? Then we're men. Women to us, we're men. That's nothing to us to knock a bitch. It's like, man, you goddamn right, I got that bitch.
Whoa.
I don't know when it became this huge deal, definite moment in Mecca, and not over here, not to Epic, not to me. And certainly not to the general, because I mean, hoes come and go, but they gonna come and they gonna get fucked on, because that's what they made for.
Okay, well, I got a question for all these 85 people or 86 people. Why don't they subscribe to the dude's channel? Cash up and shit. Like
they need to do what?
Subscribe to your channel.
Oh yeah, they should, man. Subscribe to the channel, hit the cash app, man.
Yeah, for real.
Help a nigga out, man. They be hating on a nigga like me, man. I'm gonna see my girl Jessica up in here.
Okay,
Jessica, hold up. I'll bring up and you want to talk about some game now, bro. She'll clean that whole panel off.
Hey, I got a question, man. I got a question for MOT. So MOT, you said men should lead with their money pretty much, correct?
That's not what I said.
I'm asking. That's why I asked. Yeah.
No, I think that men should go find circumstances that suit them. Circumstances. Like for me, for instance, I'm a circumstantial fucking dater. I look for the culture and the circumstances that these people are coming for first. That's circumstance.
Oh. Whole lot of silence.
You asked me, that's kind of straddling the fence right there, but when it comes off as, it's to me, you trying to lead with your wallet. When you trying to lead with your wallet, you go through some hard times. Of course, she gonna leave you.
Whoa. I said I don't lead. I don't lead with the wallet. I said I lead with going to the proper situations and circumstances that suit me. That's what I do. It's not leading with the wallet, because you can, that's Kevin Samuels shit, like leading with the wallet shit. Like that's his shit, leading with the wallet. My shit is leading with what kind of culture this motherfucker come from, what circumstances this motherfucker come from. Because I'm not trying to get in a woman's drawers all like that. I'm trying to see where this motherfucker come from, so that way she can be able to produce for me. Because sex is some shit that's automatic with everything else I want this woman to fucking do.
Okay, so you say it's all about the.
I don't know, MOT. That sounds like you leading with your wallet.
So-called game, brothers that claim they got game. You don't think their game is part of their circumstances? They're doing what they got to do to pretty much to adapt to their environment. It is survival of the fittest out here. So what's wrong with game? Those are circumstances.
Yeah, but we're talking about least common denominator type shit that motherfuckers be going into with this game shit. Like, motherfuckers are not gaming themselves into like a Walmart heiress and no shit like that. I've never seen none of them game niggas do that.
Now, this is where I agree with MOT. They're not getting Ivanka Trump or Chelsea Clinton or something like that. They're not doing any of that type of stuff. They're just doing, they're getting the most bare minimum that they can get, and they're priding themselves on that. And they say that the women give them money, but at the same time, they're not utilizing the money for like pediatric centers or something like that. It's not like, oh, well, I got MOT, for, the millions of his trucking business. And then we took that money and we opened up a pediatric center so that, young Black, females can have, access to better quality care in the community.
No, they ain't get Mike. They ain't getting that kind of money, man. They getting Black and Milds and Hennessy money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's sitting on Fofo's money.
Let me go to HVAC guy.
Yeah, just sitting there listening to it again, even as the guy made his journey to even, talk about the money, when he's talking about money, I thought, when I listened to it, I had to really sit and, I watched a lot of documentaries about poor Brazilian kids and different things, and they have some of the most beautiful women, but they're poor, but they use a lot of game. And I'm like, okay, so there is a psychological aspect here, because even when we read the Bible, we know that women are weak, right? So yes, is it necessary to have a good personality? Yes, but what they are doing, and 90% of the time, is they're taking advantage of Black women who are in a psychological stupor, like a blunder. Like that's why we have a high divorce rate. That's why we have agents of chaos. It's a bad deal that BWs made with a Democratic Party, and it serves for what every other race of women would never do, have not done it since. And unfortunately, in 2020, it's going to explode, and it's going to implode on itself through child protective services, things, people not being able to go to work, yada, yada, yada. So Black men don't even have to hate on them no more. Time served, it's over with. Check cashed in. So if you decide now, you have all the cards, you're a businessman. But is that what he's saying kind of important about that game? If you take the aspect of trying to figure out how to make a woman feel good about the circumstances that y'all in by making imaginary conversations through animated, is it important? It's important in a relationship, it's important in a marriage. But all this redundantness where the woman doesn't get nowhere, we don't never get to know nurses, we don't never get to know healthcare facilities, we don't never get to know 501Cs, we don't build this up. It is just something that goes on. These people have kids, these women have kids with same people like this. Then this decade, then this decade, then this decade, and then you have the people who are this small majority, which are people like on this panel, could be a couple 100,000 of y'all that, or 2 million, right? It's not a whole bunch out of this 44 million. And that's the problem. We've made these kind of people over 70 years, if you want to go back to the 1960s, this type of stuff. So we're in we have to find other melanated women. It's just that damn simple. And that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, let's go to Johnny Blaze.
It's amazing. This guy was promoting his, I guess, upcoming book on another channel about 2 weeks ago, which I'm like, this is insane. But I did notice how MOT asked a very interesting question, which he never answered. And it was always like, what is the final level of game? What's the whole point? How do you win? And they will shuck and jive around that question all day and night.
The game is to be sold, is to be told and not to be sold, or how does that work?
Yeah, something like that. But I'm like, what's the final level? I'm like, okay, it's kind of like playing a damn video game.
The final level is, business success, career success, because game is all this shit, right? It's all encompassing. So, it's the bitches, but it's also, the tech game, the this game, that game. It's all a game. You know what I'm saying? And you got to have this game to move in and out of every game, because the game.
Yeah.
The almighty cheat code. Huh? It's the cheat code.
Yeah. Up, down, left, right.
BA, select, start.
All right, man. 30 men, man, on contract, man. You're going every single time. You're just going in for another kill. You die, and then you come right back in. The problem is, I have a problem with what HVAC guy is saying is well, these guys have to basically entertain and persuade these women in the situation that they're in. Why not leverage the time that you have to self-improve yourself to get out of that situation so that you don't have to run game. Wouldn't that make more logical sense to actually do than
Mike, I'm good at it.
To who?
Good at it.
To who though?
Good at it.
Huh? Say that again?
To who?
I'm good at it though.
No, complex. What are you saying?
I'm saying I'm good at it.
No, HVAC guy's talking. You're talking over him.
Yeah, I'm responding to him, but
I'm
sorry. No, I'm sorry about that. No, I said, but to who though? I think you just don't. You didn't hear what I said. This has been going on for 70 damn years. I don't think we understand. Do we have 20 million of these people? 30 million of these people? So I have to be realistic here and say that, okay, y'all, and these kind of people are nuisance to society for Black communities, because this happens in high school. This is out of control here, right? Mm-hmm. So Black men who are worth a damn have to save their goddamn self and make pretty much a new Black woman. And this is why they're going over there. So I'm not against them. Matter of fact, I'm with them motherfuckers. I just trying to do both in this country and, you know, abroad. That now, I just don't think, but he has a good point when you talk about stimulating a woman's mind. When you have a wife, you have a woman in the house, you have to figure out how to be comical. You have to, it's more than just making money. When I think about the overall, so what he's trying to do is take something that's very 30% of your time in a relationship, and he's trying to say that that's the main thing you should do. And we got 70 years worth of these damn people, and you got a bunch of beautiful damn Black women ain't worth a goddamn nothing to no damn body in the community, because you're in a psychological blunder. You hurt Black men no different than the slave master's wife did when they was having sex with the dude. That you call the slave master, which is the police, when the slave is out of control. And that's how, this is their particular concept. So this is the man, the professional Black man, this is his plight. The lower Black who's saying, hey, I got their mind on the rap. You got their lower self. We're trying to get them to their higher self. We're running the fuck out of time. It's 70 years past go. So that's all I was just trying to say about that.
All right, let's listen to the rest of what this discussion goes on for.
They deal with women inside these fucking environments who choose them to maintain the women's fucking environment.
All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's, you know, y'all know what it is. It's a gentleman. And I'm glad that I'm glad. No, I don't want to do all this talking over. MOT, man, I got love for you, got mad respect for you, and I respect your opinions, okay? Let's start with that. But what I'm getting is, every time we have this conversation, it's a lot of, I got to be forceful enough to talk over everybody so my point will be heard. So I want to have the real conversation tonight, and I'm glad y'all decided to do this. Now, let me say this. If you look at what's going on in society today, it does not matter what economic background they come from. It does not matter what country they come from. It does not matter what social circles they're out of. At the end of the day, you got these brothers with so-called paper, major paper, and they're still getting fucked over. This is an ideology that's going on around the world. I, like you, MOT, have traveled. I've seen and dealt with and different women from different cultural backgrounds, and it's the same shit. If you cannot keep a woman's attention, if you're gonna show up and say, okay, I got everything. I got the career, I got the job, I got the house, I got the money, I got everything. I just need you to be a part of my program. If you don't have no way other than providing those things, they're gonna get bored with you. And they're gonna find a way to fucking manipulate you. They're gonna find a way to fucking get you to do what they want, what they want you to do. And your only recourse of action would be to dismiss them and move on. Thus repeats the process. I think when we have this conversation about game, you're saying the same thing, you just don't like the word. That's what.
So, to what general, at least from what I can interpret what he's saying, is that game guys provide entertainment, right? I guess they're like the hood version of EA Sports or something. And that guys who focus on productivity, they're just too boring. And so that becomes the basis for procreation and family development.
How entertaining are you?
Yeah, entertainment, right? This sort of Hollywood, you got to tap dance and show me a thing or two and to keep my attention, or else I'm going to abandon this whole marriage and destroy the legacy and the generational wealth that's here because I'm bored today. You don't entertain me, right? Forget about Candy Crusher being on your phone and Bubble Breaker and things like that. No, I need to be entertained, and you educated guys, you don't do that. And gold mouth niggas, they really entertain me. And so I'm going to step away from this and go fuck around with these guys. And then that's the end of the day. And then the Black community will live happy ever after. This is what I'm garnering from this discussion.
Sounds about it. Sounds about right.
And so then we look at the environment and we say, man, we got to defund the police, man. We got to defund the police, man. What are we going to do when we defund it? Man, we just got to defund it, man. But you don't talk about all that money that's been fucked off, by y'all niggas, though. Niggas running around, 40 plus years old, still wearing, Louis Vuitton belts and Jordans, man, and skinny jeans. So I find it's interesting that they're only concerned about the entertainment aspect, man. There's a lot of, there's a lot of delusion in these discussions about just basic social development. Like there's no real thought put into how you would actually build a legacy. I talked about, on my quick rant on this subject earlier in the week before this even broadcast, was that I have a male friend that I grew up with who is married to a white woman. Okay, her family, her grandparents left her a house, a cottage, and that's worth a lot of money now, especially during COVID. And his grandparents left him a house as well. Now you're talking about $1.5 million in assets. They got kids. They're not going to just easily she's not leaving him, man. She's not going anywhere.
They don't get this shit, bro. They don't get it.
They don't understand that part, man. Oh, the general says, oh, well, all women do it. That's bullshit, man. I'm not seeing this, man. I'm not seeing this. People don't just pick. You got families and stuff that's involved in this, and on both sides of the fence, white and black, who are coming together on Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that. And kids are playing, and assets are being formulated, and 401ks and IRAs and trust accounts being opened up, and 529 plans. And you're telling me that she's gonna walk away from all? What fucking planet do you niggas come from, man?
Well, Mike, because what they do is they just game them up. You know what I'm saying? Because they just pull your bitch like that. You know what I'm saying? And that game will have them basically sever ties with all that you just talked about. The property, the trust fund. Game.
It's unbelievable, man.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, let me finish playing this.
What it is. If you cannot keep a woman's attention, just like if a woman can't keep your attention, you're gonna fucking look elsewhere. That's the problem in society today. Period.
The general, do poor guys get gamed, or do they get hustled? Do they get taken advantage of?
Yes, rich guys get gamed. Rich guys get hustled as well, brother.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, does being rich or being poor, like if I had to choose, since both of them can be hustled, I would rather choose rich.
Yeah,
that's fine, but you got to understand that a lot of people, when you talk, okay, so what are you trying to do? Are you talking in the constructs of just trying to date a woman or fuck a woman or have a relationship or get married? There are
Well,
many
I'm
different
trying
layers.
to be rich.
Let me finish before we
The
start
concept
talking
of-
over. Let me finish before we
I
start
didn't know you
talking over
weren't
each
finished.
other.
My
I
bad.
don't want to do this. I don't want to talk
No,
over
go ahead,
nobody.
brother.
So as you peel back the layers of the onion, you have to understand what the intent is. If the intent, if for some of these brothers, if the intent is just to get pussy, then if they're using their money, it's game, because I'm using money to get the pussy. I'm throwing this out here. I'm dangling this carrot so she'll come fuck with me. I'm using my
Like,
my
that's
house.
not what we're talking about here.
I didn't say that. I did not say that we were. I'm
man.
you my input. That's it. You're saying just show up and your masculinity and your program should be enough when you go to certain environments, MOT. I get that. You're saying go to the upper environments. Don't deal with the bottom baseline busted ass bitches down there. The Walmart motherfucker working at Walmart flipping fries. That's what you're saying, MOT. I get that. You're talking about going to a different culture where the women are cultured into their femininity, where the women are cultured into understanding how to interact and deal with a man. I get that. Truly, I do. My only point of contention with that is no matter where you go in the world, you're still gonna have that fucking element that's there, because feminine has ran rampant around the world. You got motherfuckers, you got women that are in Iran able to ask for divorces now. And they come from a culture where they have set up marriages.
So
I'll wait.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
I'm
waiting.
What does that have to do with game versus money?
I'm not sure.
I'm not really following that logic at all.
I was really, I kind of got lost there.
Once again, these consequences that you speak of happens whether you lead with your money or use game. So I don't see how this argument favors one over the other.
It doesn't, and that's my point. Where's the argument?
Okay, no.
Well, that was all of that to say nothing.
I agree with you, Game
Wait a
Changer.
minute,
Where's
hold-
my point?
Hold up, that's your point. That's General's point. That's Game Changer's point. That's not my point. Game.
But
is,
I understand game.
game
Also,
is more important
Hey,
than
can
money.
I ask
Good God.
lead a question? Can I ask you a question, Platinum?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, I appreciate you for having me up, man. You're a real funny guy, man. I think your channel's gonna be big. But let me ask you, have you ever done some tricking and then the girl was just bad? She just had a bad time when you were tricking on her?
I've been young. I've tricked off some money with a hoe before, but I always got what I wanted. I mean, like, you live and you learn, you know.
Well, yeah, you paid for it.
It was a bad decision to do that. I mean, no pussy's worth any money. So you want to be honest. It's not. I mean, pussy is free. It's like air. I mean,
Okay,
it's
so
like,
let's work with that. You said you got what you wanted, right? But you just felt that it was bad to pay for it. But you said you got what you wanted, right?
yeah, I did. I got what I wanted, but in hindsight, as I became a man and grew up, I learned that I was making mistakes, because actually I wanted, I wanted to fuck her, but I wanted a little bit of exclusivity and shit like that. I didn't get none of that. I got some pussy, and I think like 2 days later, I found out she was fucking one of my friends.
Oh my God.
Oh, so you had feelings for the bitch and wanted to be with her.
I'm a man, bro. I grew out of that.
So
Oh my God. Oh my
Oh man, you can't make this stuff up, man. These guys, man. If you want to know why there's so many holes in the football field, man, it's because these guys move the goalposts around, man. It's crazy.
It's like these dudes, they just ramble and fucking talk, and they get so caught up in their own embellishments that as soon as you just throw them a fucking question, they get jammed up.
Yeah.
Like as if you don't recall what you just said like 5-10 minutes ago, and then all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's like the Windows XP error code.
I'm gonna say, you act like I did that shit yesterday. No, I mean, like, it was a few years ago, but I've been young, you've been young. I was young, I've made mistakes.
And that's good, but I'm trying to understand why you have this vitriol for the tricking when it is I don't understand why you have this vitriol for the tricking. If a dude says, he looks at a bitch and says, you know what, that bitch is $70 right there. I just want to see what that's about. He paid a bitch bread blow her back out, whatever. He not trying to be with the bitch or nothing. He got that out the way. He not wasting time taking her on dates or nothing. Why are you so against that?
I'm not against it if they're doing it. I'm against it when they try to put it on me. I have a problem with that because I don't trick.
So Platinum,
What the?
do you find yourself in situations where guys are trying to convince you to pay for pussy?
In these days, guys try to make it seem like everybody got to do that. Yeah, and I do I have to push back on that.
Who in particular, please?
Oh, just different channels. Just what you hear. Like you'll never hear no name. It's always they got to buy some pussy or they want to pay for the ass, and I'm like, bro.
Right. But Platinum, that's what they wish to do for themselves. In these certain channels, I don't think that they're putting it on you. I mean, are they? I don't know.
In a way, they try to say, well, man, it's all tricking, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to take her out to eat, man. You got to do this and that. It's like, no.
Well, I mean, but you think that's all game.
That is game. That ain't tricking. No, hold on, wait a minute. You don't have to pay for. Look, it's every man is different. But I mean, that could be your game. You don't pay for shit. You can tell a bitch up front, you don't pay for nothing. Say, look, we can go out to eat, but I ain't paying for a goddamn thing.
So
That's
she
up to
pays for
you.
the food?
Huh?
So she pays for the food when you go out to eat?
Pay for the food she did. Depends on how much she wants you to go out with her. You can reverse the role. See, that's what I'm saying. The trick game, it can come from either your side or her side. It's up to you to be the prize, though. You guys don't understand.
So exploitation of women in the community is his idea of game. Now, the argument that you hear from sisters, I think even recently, Megan Thee Stallion said, Black women are not protected.
Wait, didn't she get shot by some dude, like a boyfriend or something?
Oh, that's game.
Oh.
Right? Imagine the cyclical process here, right? He wants to go out to dinner to eat to Applebee's. She pays for it. That's game. She gets shot in the foot.
No protection.
And no protection, no security. That's game.
Who's protecting her from her man?
Yeah.
Where are you, Mike? MOT,
yeah, well,
where you guys at? Protect her from her man.
Yeah. This is the cyclical sort of process of socialization in game. Is always to get over. It's a get over process, right? How do I get to Applebee's in Olive Garden to have a free meal? He said it himself, role reversal, right? Role reversal. We got to reverse the roles.
If you the prize, they will pay you. But if you the trick, you're gonna lose your bag. So you got the easy way to come into the game is to be the trick. It's the simplest way to do it.
But why are you trying to
well, not really, because you got to win the money.
Hold on.
Right quick,
Why are you trying to take away the game from
question. I have one last question.
All right, go ahead.
You were talking about the situation with the dinner, and then you ended with you're the prize. Does that mean that she is not a prize?
She's not a prize if you're the prize.
So basically, you are more valuable than her, right?
Yeah,
you're
always.
You're more handsome than she is pretty, right?
Okay, yeah. You want to put it that way, not necessarily, because hold on, because I'm not really putting myself out there like I'm, like that's my game is off. I'm a pretty nigga. I'm just saying,
But
I'm the prize.
Sexual marketplace value than her, and that's why she's paying and you're not. I get that. What if a man wants a woman with a higher sexual marketplace value than him?
Then how about you just leave the bottom barrel women alone and get you a woman with a sexual high mark? See, these questions.
Well,
I'm just hold on one second. These questions don't make sense. Like you acting like women is putting a gun to your head. These bottom barrel women is putting a gun to you brother's head and forcing y'all to go out with them. How about leave those women alone and go for a high caliber woman? Hold on one second, because y'all saying y'all got so much stuff against game, but y'all asking Platinum all these questions about, what you got about gets tricky. What do y'all have against game? We're not losing nothing out this game. We're not losing any money. Hold on, we're not using any money. We're simply
Tricking is
using
game,
our
though.
intellect and our swag to get a woman. That's all game is, using your intellect and using your words and just using your
hop back in
swag
now.
to get. Yeah, go ahead, brother, because I don't know what to say.
Let me hop
But
back in
now
here
when you
So this is very confusing now, right? He said using your intellect to get the women, right? Where was the intellect, you know, for fourth industrialization? Where was that intellect there, right? Where was the intellect for Python coding, right? And IoT and things like that. Where was that, right? Where was the intellect to, you know, divest from, you know, police departments from shooting black men every 40 hours or something like that?
Wait, I'm confused. Are you using intellect or game?
I think
what are we doing here?
Yeah, I think the game needs some artificial intellect.
Intelligence? Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Some AI? Oh, okay.
Let's go to Judge Zilla.
Hey, what's going on, folks?
What's going on? Put some volume on your mic, bro.
All right, is that better?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I like it. Okay. I don't know if it's been said earlier because I didn't come in at the beginning, so I apologize if I'm being redundant here. But again, you're talking. This is a undisclosed but self-professed pimp. The valuations that a pimp places on women are different than the valuations that ordinary men place upon women. The valuation that a pimp receives from a woman is not her looks, not her body type, not even the types of sexual acts that she performs. It's her ability to make money and hand it to him through whatever means possible, but most likely through committing sexual acts with others. That's her valuation. I'm trying to figure out like where we're not, like why are we in bizarro land as if we haven't seen prostitutes before? If we haven't seen streetwalkers before, if we haven't been at a no-tell motel because of maybe financial circumstances, and you haven't seen the woman hanging out in there that have the room and several men going through the room. These are not women that you would be attractive to in a general sense. Their attraction to the pimp is because they're willing to give them the money.
But I think he has this assumption that we're all competing for him.
Right. I mean, we can all hold up, $2,000 in a studio apartment as the picture depicts. I mean, yeah, sure. Like,
that's rent right there.
There's a studio apartment too. Okay, so that's money. Yeah, but you know what would be more impressive is if you're holding a $2,000, I don't know, in a house. Not everybody seeks to live in a studio apartment. That's not advantageous. Not everybody seeks to get again. And so the game working he's negating his position that yes, he utilizes game, but who does he use it on game? Well, no woman, unless she's strong-armed into it, okay? No woman is going to be talked into being a prostitute who doesn't want to be a prostitute, i.e., she's already predisposed to game.
Yeah.
So the women he pursues, he doesn't pursue them like you pursue women, like I would pursue a woman, or if I chose to pursue women versus attract women. Right? Those aren't the criteria he bases it off of. Can I make a profit out of my relationship with this woman?
Right. I'm not denying that any of what you're saying it has legitimacy or is even true. What I'm saying here is the return on investment is not there for him, right? Okay, he gets a meal at Olive Garden. Whoop-de-doo, right? He ate for the day. But I've talked about that in my quick rant before. This was even broadcast. I talked about that in my quick rant. A lot of these guys are sitting on these chicks' couches, eating up zebra cakes and drinking Capri Suns, man.
Yes.
And they call it a game.
And that's because they're not fully willing to commit to the degree that a pimp is, right? Because if you're fully ready to actually commit to the degree that pimps are ready to commit to, you will have her out there working. You won't go for the soft, easy game of being a Madden King.
But he calls himself a man. He says, using your money, that's not some man shit, right? Going to Olive Garden and having, I guess a garden salad, that's being a man.
Right, because he self-aggrandizes, because he considers him the ultimate man. He considers himself the ultimate man because he can get women to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's his criteria. He actually considers himself a businessman. But unfortunately, here's the thing. This is where it gets, gets dirty. Okay, this is where it gets dirty. Because of the dysfunction within our community, Black men want to be cool. It's programmed into us to want to be cool. We can fight it and we can overcome it, but the society that we're around is elevates cool above smart, elevates cool above effective, elevates cool. Cool is the ultimate currency.
Yeah, Joseph C. Phillips wrote about that in his book. He talks like a white boy in the first chapter. He talked about
exactly. And so within that community, the ultimate man is the man that can make a woman, instead of him going out and earning a living, the ultimate man is the man who can make the woman go out and earn the living and bring it back to him. And the ultimate man can do that with several women, i.e. the pimp.
But do you,
that's his psychological perspective.
Yeah, that would be cool, right? If like he got her to pay for his boot camp, coding boot camp, and he learned how to do C# or Python or something like that, and then he became this developer, and he's being invited, to TED Talks or something like that. I can understand the return on investment there. That's not what these guys are talking about, man.
No, it's not. And that's where that's where this conversation gets muddy, because again, these dudes who he's berating aren't trying to be pimps.
Yeah.
That's not they're not even trying to be Madden Kings.
Right. So it's kind of reverse class shaming.
Yes.
Right? Reverse class shaming, where the failed Black male shames the other guy for going to work while he sits at home and eats bonbons and Cheetos.
Yes, and as I said before, I think I said it to Xanatos today or yesterday, right? These and the guys that this appeals to, right? Or the guys that are successful in this, again, the cool game, right? They pretend like they chose being cool as if it wasn't the easiest path for them to choose. If they were better at math, they would have chose math. If they were better at sports, they would have chose sports. If they were better at anything else, they would have chose it. But this is what was easiest for them.
All right, let me finish playing this real quick.
Hold on. Right. Let me say this about this tricking. Okay. Tricking is game. We're not talking about game or whatever. You're talking as if tricking is not game. Listen, you can't just go up to a woman and be like, hey, I'm gonna put the money in your hand or whatever, and now you're gonna fuck me. It takes more finesse than that. It requires game. It just is more straightforward than all that other stuff. So I'm trying to understand what do you have against hut hoes? Because there's nothing wrong with hut hoes. There's nothing wrong with none of that. What do you have against that?
Hold on. Wait.
That makes you stick against it.
Wait. No, hold on. You gotta understand. When you I live in America. When you off say, well, American women are independent. They got their own shit, got own cars, own houses, good jobs. Sometimes they can make 3 times what you make, so they don't need those traditional necessities for men. They get them themselves. So what do you bring to the table? You bring you. They can't get that. Now, when dudes offer a counter where I'll go overseas and get a foreign wife, which quote unquote hut hoe, I'm saying, well, in my opinion, you want somebody that you can control. You want someone that needs you. So to me, it's like, that's a bitch move. That's bitch made. Now, can they do it? Go ahead and do it.
Control?
Yeah, if you got to do it. Hold on, why you can get control right here though? You can get control from them. So just know how to talk to. Hold on. Look, Game Changer, MOT. You guys are very smart dudes. I'm not gonna talk about education. You smart men. I've heard you on channels. You're smart guys.
Thank you.
I have no idea why smart men cannot or will not unravel the mind of these hoes and put these hoes where they under your wing. I don't understand that. That's not hard to do. It's harder to fix a computer. It's harder to change the hard. It's harder to change the hard drive in your computer than it is to get one of these bitches to behave. But you guys don't want to do it.
Would you admit that?
You know, I find it's interesting that he used that analogy when everybody puts everything in the cloud now. Go proceed.
Well, but there's another thing there too.
What's that?
Like you said earlier, they never forget about what they said. They never remember what they said 10 minutes ago, because this is a dude who's utter, he has no compunction. He has no honor, right? He has no dignity in the sense of maintaining the truth or speaking truth regularly. Okay, because he'll also say at the same time, you don't understand how frustrating it is dealing with 14 different personalities.
Wow.
So how easy it is, it's easier than changing a hard drive, but it's so frustrating and you get so many headaches from dealing with 14. Well, which one is it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't talk down on brothers, but all these YouTube ass niggas are all these YouTube ass no game bitch broke niggas. Well, which one is it? Do you put them down or you do call them that? You know, it's like there's no integrity in his speech.
Right. Let me finish pointing this.
Platinum, will you admit that?
Will I admit what?
That it requires.
Yeah. I said that. I said,
okay.
If you're gonna do that, I said you're gonna do that on your prices. I said because you gotta have game to deal with them hoes because your prices. You out here trying to trick them hoes gonna tell you $300 when they fucking for $75.
Okay, so tricking requires game. Okay,
yeah,
so
you gotta have game to trick. Yeah. Now if you flat tricking though, you ain't using no game. I'm just saying if you're just coming out there with some money in your hand, you're gonna get played. That's what I'm saying. You probably get robbed. You probably get robbed too.
So essentially, tricks have game.
It's a form of game. It's trick game. Yeah, they got the trick game.
Tricks have game.
No, it's trick game. It's trick game. You can't really just
which is a subset of game.
Okay. Game. If you want to say that, okay, yes, yeah, you trick game, yeah.
Okay. Now to be clear, I don't trick in the sense that you're referring to. I don't. I think you call it flat foot. I don't really pay directly for sex for a lot of reasons. You mentioned one of them. But I don't really say things like, if you have this particular sexual act, you can't be my friend. I don't do that. I have friends who have fat chicks and stuff like that.
Okay, fat chicks, but wait a minute, Game Changer. Let's take it. You know what I talked about? No, we talking about niggas who, and Game Changer. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know you. You don't know. I don't know. But I'm telling you, I'm a black man. I'm telling you that don't fly down. You cannot have no toy. You can't have no pocket pussies and shit like that in your car. Well, you got a pocket pussy in your glove box. You got a doll. We already know that a doll dressed up like a woman laying in your bed.
Well, the reason why I mentioned fat chicks is because you can see that. I mean, I don't really dig deep enough into my friend's personal life to know if they fuck a black white pussy, and I don't care. I like my friends' masturbation techniques is their business and their business alone, in my opinion. But
I follow you on that. Well, no, but that's another thing. They should keep shit like that private. That's what I'm saying.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Bringing up like
no.
all this kind of shit, man.
Hold up.
Are you asking me what's wrong with that, bitches?
Yeah, because that's an MOT. No. Wait a minute, MOT equated.
They're not people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're not people.
Yeah,
Well,
I know
they're
what
people.
you're saying.
I'm sorry, they're
But if a
people.
man,
They're people, but they're not women. I should say that.
Well, they are.
okay,
Okay,
right.
so women, because they're
I got
overweight,
you.
they're not
But
women.
if you hit a big chick, ain't nothing wrong with hitting big chicks. If she's feminine, if she does whatever, it's the lack of femininity that's the issue. If she
Exactly, and because women possess femininity and they lack it, then hence not women.
Okay, hold on. Well, I disagree with that, bro. A fat bitch is 2 times the woman, bro. I disagree. You niggas ain't never really see. That's what I'm saying. When you guys don't have a lot of experience out here with women.
No, there's certain experience I don't want.
Well, you don't know what you're missing, bro. You don't know what you're missing.
Yes, I am.
Platinum, do you fuck on fat
Bullshit.
bitches?
I have fucked on a few, but I mean,
No, Platinum, you don't want.
that's not something. Hold up. Wait a minute. It's not my preference. It's not something I look towards. You know what I'm saying? But I've been out and it's been late.
You ain't never hit a
And wait a minute. I got a number in my pocket of a bitch that I've been putting on hold, and I've been out. It's like fuck. I call her up. And it's good. Yeah, I fucked on it. It's a big bitch.
All right. Then.
But the
See?
thing about it though, hold up. Well,
Illustrative. Illustrative. Again, what he looks for isn't what the general looks for. You see what I'm saying? Why would he have this woman on hold? Because at one point he was interested enough to pursue her. Admittedly, this twice the woman. So he sees, again, his perspective is seeing it differently. Can I convince this woman that can I convince this woman to do what she already halfway wants to do?
So wait, you mean to tell me he had to muster up twice the courage?
Well, he had to use at least twice the game.
Huh.
Let me finish playing this real quick.
Times them bitch put the makeup on and shit. The most be really pretty, man. They just be fat.
You don't put makeup on for fat.
Well, no. Well, you can. You know what? But you know what? Guess what? You ain't even got to hit. You ain't even got to hit the pussy. You could just fuck.
God, I knew that was you. I knew that was you. You the
Just
one
let-
that be putting the dick between their thighs and you think it's the pussy.
No. You just let them suck you out. Just let them suck you out. That's what I'm saying.
No. I'm not clowning. Somebody on one of these channels. Somebody on one of these channels said
Somebody
that.
did say that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
somebody
fucking.
I forget
I ain't never
somebody said
fucked
that
them.
shit.
But what's wrong with that though? What's wrong if that's what you like? If that gets your nuts, what's wrong with that?
I'm saying not for me. Like I said, Jai, like I said, we could be friends. You know.
Okay. Cool.
No, that's all I'm saying. We could be friends. I have friends right now who's married to big chicks.
Here's my thing. You niggas know you're gonna cheat anyway, so why are y'all so concerned? If you with a chick, you should be concerned about her character. Y'all niggas know y'all are gonna
What the
cheat
hell?
anyway.
I mean,
Y'all can
well,
have
okay,
them fantasies.
So Jai, being fat is a part of a woman's character. It shows how much she respects you and herself and her children to come. That is
It denotes a lack of discipline.
Exactly. It shows that she
Okay,
has
I'll give you
discipline
that.
and respect for you.
So
I'll give you that. And I'm not here to cape for fat bitches. I just want Platinum to not be speaking against this tricking. That's all.
I'm against the trick.
Oh my God.
Because I'm a player, bro. I mean, come on, man. It ain't how we do.
But you would still be a player. You would still be a player if you had tricks in your circle, would you not?
If you got tricking in your what?
In your social circle. You
No,
know,
I don't really
like
fuck
if
with
you
tricks
have
like that.
if you have a homie in your social circle who just like fuck it, I'll just spend some money. You know, I don't see the problem with that. As far as your social circle, you would still be a player. That's the thing.
Don't fuck with tricks. I don't fuck with tricks like that. I'm a player. I'm trying to come up. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better in the game. When you look at LeBron ain't gonna fuck with no dude that's in the D League and shit like that. I mean, like they cool, but you ain't gonna see LeBron fucking with nobody in the D League. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the priceless quote right there. That
a-
is the priceless fucking quote right there. Okay? LeBron isn't going to fuck with dude. He's not going to play up against the dudes in the D League. But pimps only gather their stable from the the bargain bin.
Oh,
you see the disconnect there?
But I'm just saying,
yeah.
Guys got to stop claiming
It's
that
not
shit.
weak. It's not
You
weak.
just got to
man.
raise your level. That's all you got to do is just raise your
It's
level.
not
of play.
weak though.
Platinum,
It's not weak.
are you
It
the LeBron
is.
of
It's
game?
it's very weak. It shows how mentally weak you is, man.
There
It
you
shows
go.
that if you don't got them green pieces of paper in your pocket, that you don't got the social skills to make a woman want to be around you.
Like,
That's what it shows.
But
man.
Why is it an either or though?
Exactly. Exactly. See, and that's the false dichotomy that they place out there. The false dichotomy that they place out there is that dudes with degrees don't get women, don't have sex, don't have any experience with women. The only dudes that have a sex or experience with women are the cats that focused all their time on game rather than productivity. Or the cats that focused on productivity, utilizing game, and stumbled into a lucrative market. I wonder what you would call that on YouTube.
Let me play this for 5 more minutes.
Skills to get that money. Skills to get that
Why do y'all think you don't have to have
angle, man.
the trick? You're not just walking over a hunchback talking to a bitch. You have to have social skills to interact with her. Why do y'all think that you just turn into a hunchback because you're tricking? What does that thought
Well,
come
that's
from?
basically what you are, though. You are that
No, it's not, man.
You're a weirdo nigga, man. No, come on, bro. That's some shit you do on the back end. You don't ever tell nobody about it. You might slip up and do it, but you got to. So what, man? You catch your L, you go home to an
You
empty
might
bed.
slip up and do
Wait
it.
a minute. So what? You catch your L, you go home to an empty bed. You'll be okay. But all that trick shit, bro, that's gonna make you weak in the game, bro.
Platinum, I have a question for you. I have a question for you.
ahead.
What is more important, money or time?
Yeah. My time.
Okay. Now, the money, the tricking is gonna cut that time aspect out of it. It's gonna streamline to your end goal, which is just getting some pussy. Would you agree?
No, because it's a particular bitch, man. Some bitches, you know, it takes a little bit longer. But I ain't just out here trying to just fuck like that. I ain't just trying to fuck like I ain't trying to just meaningless, you know, just fuck on hoes with no meaning like that. I'm saying what I'm saying is,
Oh, he's a romantic pimp.
I want
Oh,
that
right.
pussy. It ain't I want just generic pussy. I want that pussy. That's why I'm fucking with her. That's why I'm taking my time with her. I ain't talking about no long period of time, but all that trick shit, that's fine, you know, or whatever. That's what niggas want to do. Do your thing. But that ain't a nigga just coming out. That's just, if you walk out the house and hit a social scene and all you want to first thing you want to do is buy some pussy, you already a weirdo in the game. You ain't really a real motherfucker.
What are you there at the club for? If you there to fuck a bitch, why are you trying to waste time with the bitch? What you want to be around the bitch and just be in her ambiance and all that? Why are you not trying to get straight to it? Why are you trying to waste time with you hoe?
I ain't really trying to waste time with the hoe. I want to be with the bitch because
you like this courtship. You like to court a bitch and
well, I do. I like the thrill of the chase. I do. Like a hunt.
But he's not aware though for the thrill of the chase, even though he likes the role reversal, right? This guy likes role reversal, but also likes the thrill of the chase. But he's not a weirdo though.
Right? No, he's not a weirdo. And again, right? There is no thrill. He always knows he's going to succeed, right? He's the rich game hunter that pays the guys to open the trap so he can shoot the animal.
Exactly. What an excellent point.
Right? Because from his position, he can never lose. It's always guaranteed.
Right.
The thrill of the chase. I appreciate your honesty on that.
You build a rapport. You build a rapport with a rapport as a man, so that when y'all have the relations or whatever you fuck on, it's gonna be a different. You're gonna be you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a very good experience. It's different than when you out here tricking. You know, it's just different, man.
Epic, right quick, you probably want to do yourself a favor and make Zone a moderator. He's like moderator of the year.
Hey, cool.
Zone, ZONE 559.
I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, you talking about? You know, you're talking about something in the chat.
In the chat room, Zone.
Okay, hey, but I want to point this out. But this proof. Hold on.
Oh,
hey, can y'all hear me?
Zero Zoom. What are you talking?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can't. I can't really. Yeah, we hear you, Epic, and then Kuda got to talk.
Okay.
DJ Kuda got to talk next.
Okay, I got you. But this proves right here that this manosphere spaces, what y'all all this shit y'all niggas be talking, it's all about pussy. You're not looking for a genuine woman. You mad because you can't fuck who Pookie and Ray Ray can't fuck, and that's why you only want to pay the bitch just to leave. This proves it's all about
power dynamics.
It's about
power dynamics.
This proves it. I don't care what type of words I come sending y'all trying to be or how y'all trying to flip it. I don't care, man. This proves that y'all niggas just mad because y'all can't fuck certain bitches and other niggas can. That's it.
That sounds so fucking stupid.
I don't give a damn what y'all.
What if I fuck the bitches on this time?
Look in the mirror, nigga. It's your fault, nigga. Look in the mirror.
Anybody have anything you want to say to that?
It's either one or the other, right?
Yeah.
It's either one or the other. If you don't try to fuck Pookie and Ray Ray's bitches, you wrong because you dipping out on the community. Or what? Nigga, my bitches ain't good enough for you to fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can't do it, and therefore you suffer some deficiency.
Yeah.
Self-reflection, nigga.
Epic, if you popular and you hit the hoe, right, but you just got to hit her off the game, but I got to slide the bitch $75, but I still get to hit the hoe. Am I mad because you got to hit the hoe, or did we both hit the hoe?
Good
point. Say that again, brother. You kind of lost me there. Say it again, man.
I said you said that we're just mad because we can't get pussy. I'm saying that's false because Epic, let's say you just got the game. You've been blessed by the game gods. You can just walk in and hit the hoe just off the strength. But I got to slide the hoe. I got to pay a bill for the hoe. I got to pay a bill for the hoe. But I'm going to hit that hoe. Didn't we both hit the hoe though? Why am I mad?
I told y'all pro tricking, man.
Like here's the thing.
But we're both smashing her though, so why should I be mad?
Wait,
oh, tricking is game, so tricks that game.
Y'all are pro tricking, and
wait, hold on a second. On this specific
for low key.
If men acted like how the pussy wanted you to act within this environment, anybody can get the pussy within this environment. Period. It's just that men want to regain who the fuck they are and fuck with women who respect who they are without bowing down to this game shit. That's the problem here. You niggas have no problem dropping your fucking draws like a fucking clown for these hoes out here. And that's the fucking problem here. You act like you are such a high-minded nigga because you get sex out of an unfeminine woman. I don't give a fuck how.
And your problem is
that
you is mad. Your problem is that you is mad because a woman
hold on, y'all.
What are you talking about?
Hold on, y'all.
Why you getting so emotional, MOT? You kind of emotional, my nigga.
Hold on.
The classic. I'm emotional, but I'm going to call you emotional response. Because who started with these emotions and yelling before? Was it MOT or was it this Epic dude who started, y'all just mad because you can't get, come on, man. Isn't that the classic gaslighting? It's like, oh, man.
Let's finish out the last 10 minutes of it.
Kuda, you're a co-host.
Hold on.
You can stop.
Hold on.
You can mute if you want to. There you go.
Like I said, man, y'all like a lot of dudes that. Hold on, Epic. You working out, bro? But
No, I said I was muting up, brother. I'm muting up.
Okay. Y'all pro tricking, man. Definitely if it's with women that got game, you know, she can approach y'all like she wants a real relationship and y'all already got played.
And here's the problem, man. I don't give a fuck about what hoes think. So whether you trick or not, or with their power being broken, I'm not trying to lower myself beneath a fucking bitch, and I don't give a shit about her power.
The trick is lower than
her enjoyment or anything else. I'm trying to bring
the trick is lower than the chick
down to 1 cent.
The trick is lower than But the trick
But
is
we
still
know
lower
you
than
ain't
the
gonna
chick.
do it
They're
because
both lower
you
than
don't
the
believe in
than
this
the
game
bitch.
shit. So the price of pussy is
No, it
gonna
ain't
be
no, it ain't no game shit. We
like a
talking,
lion.
we
Yes,
talking about all around the board. I'm not afraid of words. I don't want to change words. What I'm saying is
How
that
was a trick lower than a chick?
Oh
the
shit.
because he's paying her,
Well, I mean,
and then he
she is
comes back. And see,
worth
that's a
So
who asked that question? That's a
makes him
game
lower.
goofy question.
So that makes him lower than the
That is a
girl.
game goofy question. You are paying for it.
You still have to explain how that makes sense.
Okay, hold up. Okay, Kuda, wait a minute. Unmute. Hey, Kuda, you gotta unmute yourself. You gotta unmute yourself, Kuda.
It's 2020 and
Yeah,
niggas
hold
still
on.
asking these questions.
It's 10 people up here. Wait a minute, real quick. Real quick. It's 10 of y'all. So if y'all want to argue and talk over each other, go right ahead, man. I wouldn't do it because you actually trying to have a conversation. So unmute yourself, if you want to talk. But if you
like I said, it's 2020 and niggas still asking these questions. The trick is lower than the chick. You just go walk up to her. Go walk up to her and start putting money in her hand. Put money in her.
How?
I'll tell you how. Hey, hold on. I'll tell you how.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. Let me tell them
what they doing. I just want you to explain how.
I can tell y'all how. I can tell y'all how. Thing is, I'm gonna use an example. Y'all talking about all this goddamn money. See, after y'all take the bitch out or do whatever with a woman, if you will try to court a woman, that genuine woman that you do want, because y'all niggas can't tell me, act like you don't want a woman that's gonna be there for you in your motherfucking corner. See, after you take her out and do all this, you leading with your money, she go call a nigga like me at night. I could be working at motherfucking McDonald's to lay that damn pipe on her just because she likes my personality.
So here's the difference.
So like I said, y'all pro tricking, right?
No.
I'm done talking. I'm not done talking.
Why won't y'all let the man finish saying what the fuck he got to say? Y'all just talk over motherfuckers to push the narrative. Let the man fucking finish. Stop talking over each other.
He still hasn't explained how the trick is lower than the chick.
You ain't gave him a fucking chance. Every time motherfuckers try to get their point across, y'all jump in and talk over it.
Okay.
What the fuck? You're supposed to be intelligent men that want to have an intelligent conversation. And before a motherfucker even complete a statement,
this is an intelligent conversation.
Just because he's talking about that, don't even try to play us like that, dog.
I ain't trying to play nobody like shit.
Ain't nobody. Y'all niggas just emotional. Y'all niggas don't know when to shut the hell up because y'all trick. Y'all niggas don't know when to shut the hell up. That's why y'all in y'all position. That's why y'all nigga, whatever. That's why y'all niggas in the position you is, man. You old as hell with no bitch to rub your goddamn back because your old ass lame as fuck and you don't got no goddamn game to teach you. The only thing, I don't give a fuck what you say. The only thing you can leave with is your money.
Can you just explain how?
You can leave with is your money, nigga. You don't got nothing after that. And the thing is, once you fall off, so does your family, your bitch. That's the guilty laugh, nigga. You know I'm at the University of Memphis, double major in history and psychology, right? That's the guilty laugh, nigga. Y'all some old lame niggas, and y'all trying to get these young men to take advice. How the fuck y'all gonna give advice on getting women? When you can't get no pussy, nigga. When you can't get no pussy, nigga, shut up. Y'all niggas don't make no fucking
Yo, can you just explain how?
Can I put you up on game real quick?
I'm going on mute, bro.
Can I put you up on game real quick, Epic?
Let me know I have back in here.
Majoring in history and psychology, that's a fool's errand, bro. You're not gonna get money.
You see what I'm saying?
You're not gonna get money.
That's
not gonna get money unless you.
What they got to do with anything?
You're not gonna get money, bro.
But he wouldn't know this if you didn't say it.
I'm done. Even going through the analysis.
Like, wait a minute. What does it have to do with anything? He doesn't know it. If you wouldn't, like you said it to be out there to validate your position. Now, when somebody says, "Hey, that doesn't really validate your position," what does it have to do with it? Again, these guys, they always become emotional and then accuse everybody else of being emotional. They fill up when they're asked a direct question that would require a direct response or an A, B, and C explanation. They filibuster, beat around the bush, and answer in vagaries.
They come up with a hypothetical scenario based on a whole different set of circumstances. It's amazing.
When they say something works, they're presented with again. I can't count how many times the women in the space have told them, no, that doesn't work. We see it coming a mile away. It's entertainment. We just look at you and kind of laugh and giggle. But no, it works. No, it works. You're just saying that now because everybody's here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
you're being game goofy if you listen to that. If you believe that, you're being game goofy.
But I'm not here to change language. I'm just here to invent sayings.
I'm
And
just here to give- I'm
look,
just
and
here to give it
again,
a
and
different
again,
context.
listen, Kuda is my dude, and this is nothing that I wouldn't say. He knows we've had these conversations on his panel.
Yep.
On his panel. I am not riding behind him and saying anything that I have not or will not say on his panel in front of him, and he knows this.
Mm-hmm.
So before it gets twisted off into what it does.
No. I mean, there's nothing to twist here. I mean, either you're a game theorist or you're not. Okay.
Yes.
And the fact of the matter is, dude, for all of the, I mean, I don't take the conversation like really. It's for more of like what we're doing right now. It's kind of like a sociological deep dive, right? We're kind of picking this apart, right?
Yeah.
We're it's our observations within all this. But the reality of it is this: none of these niggas have seen the type of shit I've seen, right? For all the game and for all this and all that and everything, they ain't seen like the shit that comes with like having some butter-laid relationship.
Right.
Okay. Right. And I'm saying like where game like I'm just saying, dude, like I'm up for I'm up for seeing receipts, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm up for
complex.
seeing something that has any sort of relevance to anything, because it's like I'll hear all this and then you have the dudes who are completely fine in life and dude, there's no complaints. And there was none of that shit that was going on at all. And there was no need for it. No anything. It wasn't required.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just amazing.
complex.
It's like to hear them implore that it has to be this way. It has to be this way. No, the fuck it doesn't.
Yeah, but you don't exist, right? And the fact that you
Well,
had
there
that
you
Love
go.
and
There's that.
Basketball, Love Jones relationship that you had, that doesn't exist either.
You're right, dude. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, but
Functional relationships don't exist. And again, functional relationships between black women and black men don't exist. And and the probability of them being functional has nothing to do with their proximity to the hood.
No. I mean, Claire Huxtable, that was imaginary. That's game goofy if you think that Claire Huxtable existed at that time. Theo and Theo was an educated lame.
Definitely.
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one. Remember
Yep.
that?
Yep.
This is Gordon Gartrell. What an educated lame he was. Right?
Mm-hmm. Like it's like amazing to me. But again, and they're saying, the trick is below the woman. But again, there was a point in there somebody brought up that was completely glanced over. Okay, so if you use your mouthpiece to get at a woman's vagina, and I use $100 bill to get at a woman's vagina, and we both accomplish our goal, we've both completed the same task. We've just used different methods. So why would I be below you if again, considering that the overall goal has been achieved?
Because you have the money and they don't.
Wait, you're jumping through hoops. I'm jumping through a hoop by giving the money. We're both jumping through hoops, but in each of these positions, we're both placing ourselves beneath this woman.
Judge,
Because
it's not the
because
woman,
it
bro.
seeks because for us to achieve our goal, she has to approve of our actions.
Fuck that. It's not the woman, dude. Like we gotta do it. It's not the woman, man. It's not about her. It's not about the chicks. It's not about them. It's not about that at all. Women are largely being used in a proxy. They're being used as a proxy. Okay?
Yes.
You have it's essentially a class war, you know, with amongst brothers. Right?
Yes.
Because again, there's being sold some sort of fake social hierarchy, right? A sexual hierarchy, I should say. And then there's a social hierarchy, and social hierarchy has intelligent men on top, and the Black culture sexual hierarchy has the lowest common denominator on the top, right?
Yes,
and so what you have is you have the social hierarchy motherfuckers, right? Basically receiving shots from the lowest common denominator niggas, okay? And they're basically just trying to tell me, right, that I don't have access like they do.
Yep.
This is basically what they're telling me. Now, I know that's complete garbage. That's bullshit. Not only do I not, I would say that I have superior access, actually.
If Jason Pope does, then you do.
Yeah, I would actually posit that I have superior access, but that's another subject altogether.
Yep.
I know why you have superior access.
There's plenty of reasons for that, bro.
Well, look, as Ty City says, I can say it real easy. As Ty City says, vroom game.
Aren't you affiliated with the dispensary?
No, I don't need weed to get chicks.
No, but what he's saying
but it
is,
don't hurt.
Yeah.
And chicks out here got their own weed, bro.
No, but again, what he's saying is that you have access to resources that they don't have to. Therefore, your ability would be superior.
Well,
yeah, I mean, there are false dichotomies being drawn as to who gets women and who don't get women. The truth is, these women are running around with everybody for all kinds of reasons. And yes, some of it's because of weed, and some of it's because of money, and some of it's because some guy is goofy and lame, or that he can fix her car, or all kinds of shit. And the truth is, most men are ignorant about what women are truly doing. And in most cases, women are all over all of it. And because the easiest thing in the world a woman can do is get fucked, she can do all that, while most men are totally unsuspecting of all of it.
Well, but Black Guru, the only thing that I'll point out that diverges from that, right, is again, it's the caliber of women, the caliber, the quality. Again, why? Like you consider it an accomplishment because of the women who are predisposed to the game that you are giving. The women that are predisposed to the game that you are giving are lower tier, lower quality women, lower caliber women. Again, these aren't these cats aren't hanging out at the Beverly Hills Country Club.
But Judge, even those low tier women are doing lame dudes on the side too. I mean, that's the reality. You know, there's these false dichotomies being drawn of only this type of woman deals with this type of guy, and only this type of woman deals with that type of guy. That's not really what's going on. People are doing all kinds of wild stuff, and most of it they're hiding for various different reasons, for social reasons, or embarrassment reasons, or economic reasons. So I think it's kind of foolish to think, or particularly these so-called game guys, that they think they've gotten some magical formula and they're the only way, that they have the only methodology for entertaining and wooing women. It's ridiculous.
Right. No, I'll agree with that. So it wasn't that I was saying that they're not. They're not, again, and they only require this behavior. They only require this behavior from from their black male counterparts. They don't require this behavior from the others. We've seen it.
Yeah. Exactly. Because they have it, and that that reinforces the point I'm making, because exactly these women who are being entertained by these game guys are some of them are probably blowing some white guy in the closet at work somewhere as well.
That's the reason. That's the reason why Tracy Morgan's show works, and that relationship that what's her face is in works. Haddish works, right? She's with Tracy Morgan. He's a game guy. Who's she go from? Tracy Morgan, ordinary white dude.
Yeah.
And everybody's like fine with it. Nobody's saying anything about, like, she never gets brought up in the swirl conversation for depictions of swirling on TV.
Or even Serena Williams, for that matter. You know.
Well, I would say it's a little bit different, because that's a pretty high tier white dude.
Not necessarily. If you really think about,
not at her tier.
Yeah. She's the breadwinner, man.
Yeah,
and that's game. That's game.
Yeah, but that's not a bottom shelf Brad.
Well, it's game though, and Mike's right. It is game though.
Yeah, I would consider him a bottom shelf Brad. I mean, he's not really welcome in big circles and stuff like that. He's not.
He's certainly not the highest tier male she's dealt with.
No. He's got a couple million in his own right. It's just that his wife out earns him, dude. He's a million.
Yeah, 100 to 1 easily. Yes.
Yeah,
but that's game.
Yeah.
But again, that's what I'm saying is I can't put that in the same caliber. Because he does have those millions, right?
Yeah.
Right. I understand what you're saying, but that's definitely not a bottom shelf Brad, because
he's a tech dude.
Yeah.
No. I mean, what I'm saying here is, I was being facetious, but the thing is, there seems to be a laser focus on the upwardly mobile black male, that somehow he is less than everyone else, despite his position, he's just less than everybody else. So even the game guys who like to eat at Applebee's and stuff, or Ruby Tuesdays or whatever it is, somehow these guys think, these guys,
damn,
these guys getting appetizers, right? They dip the little butter into the oil and stuff like that. These guys get the appetizers at Ruby Tuesdays, and they think they're winning over the upwardly mobile black male.
Yes.
Oh my God. Ruby Tuesdays. I literally haven't even heard that name. And God knows.
Well, Platinum said he didn't have to pay for that though.
Yeah, but
he got his 2 for $20 for free.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, right? He thinks, well, she's gonna pay for the meal, right? That's game. And I'm better than you when you go take your flights to Dominican Republic and these other places. I mean, imagine that, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm
he's better than you. He's better than you because she bought his food with the $40 that you paid on her.
The stimulus check that she got.
Yeah.
Stimulus money.
And like I said, and part of this has to do with us, right? And I'm not saying necessarily the gentleman in these spaces, but the gentleman, and I'm not even one of these gentlemen because I didn't follow the rules, but those gentlemen who did follow the rules, got into good schools, developed good schools, either work for a company that pays them well or started their own business that they get well paid from, but they validate. They validate the cool culture.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. The cool factor.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I've noticed throughout these sort of dialogues, that the upwardly mobile black male is a huge target. There's a lot of disdain for him, not just from the game guys, but from the women too. Yep. I heard it on the other channel. I won't mention the channel. They had him, the game guy, on their channel, and the disdain that they had for brothers that were upwardly mobile was alarming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was very alarming because when you think about Megan Thee Stallion and all these other women who claim that, I don't feel protected out here. Black women aren't protected out here. And then I look and I say, well, look at the guy that you're promoting, right? The game guy who is eating off of your plate and he takes a doggy bag home from Ruby Tuesdays, TGIF, thank God it's Friday, whatever day of the week it is. This guy that you're promoting does not protect you, but you expect the guy that you have no respect for, that you have so much disdain for, that he should be out there sacrificing for you. It's bizarro land.
Well, first of all, she was going out with, she was at a place with a dude who she was going out with who shot her. I don't understand who was supposed to protect her in that instance. But
no, you were, Judge. You're supposed to protect her from her man.
No, but this happens even in the manosphere, right? Or at least in Black YouTube, where you had the Swirl Queen, who brought said white males on in the face of Black men, and they turned on her, and she blamed Black men for not protecting her from white males.
Yes,
your fault, Judge. Your fault, Judge.
Yes. It's always your fault. It's always your fault. It's you are again. I've heard it said before, and I think it's apt. You're judged on what you don't do, not what you do, what you don't do. And again, this is why this is again. Shout out to BGS Moynihan, right? This Moynihan scissors, right? This does not make sense. Why does it work this way? How does a person who's never made more than $30,000, $35,000 a year in their life criticize a man who has given away $44 million in charity?
Because he didn't give any to them.
Right? How could you
Well, Bill Cosby gave a lot to him, and they turned on him too.
Yeah. How can these people who again? How can you critique Michael Jordan? And this is what he should have done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of giving Juanita $200 million, he should have given her $400 million.
Yeah.
And there's that whole thing about Kobe's money.
Now, I've never been successful at anything in my life ever. But this is what a successful person should do.
Well, yeah, these are the same guys who don't even leave a tip at on TGI Fridays, at Hooters.
Well, why should he leave the tip? She bought the meal.
That's the least he can do.
Yeah. Well, that's not pimping.
Yeah, at the very least, he can at least lean over and open her side of the door.
Well, that's not game.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
Why should I leave a tip? They're already getting paid hourly.
Yeah,
that one too. Ooh.
Yeah, and so, like I said, I noticed through all of this on both sides of the fence, the game guys and the women who support the game guys, they have a laser focused disdain for upwardly mobile Black males. You get a passport, you travel, you're an asshole, you're a lame, you're a fuckboy, you're this, and that.
Smug, you're arrogant, you're a snob, all that shit.
Yeah. A lot of this misandrous terms being used against only him. And the idea that, well, she's just going to take your money and give it to me anyways. So they're okay with socialism when it's convenient for them, but they're capitalists any other time. I'm a capitalist Negro. What do you I fuck with capitalism heavy out here, man.
Well, I mean, and I think the question that should also be asked when they say things like that. So what the hell are we talking about with respect to brotherhood? I mean, if you're okay with being able to use a woman to essentially steal from me, well, what does that say about us? Well, I mean, we call this the Black manosphere and all this brotherhood bullshit. But in the end, as soon as I turn my back, you're out to get over on me. You have to use a woman to get over on me. What does that say about you? What does that say about what kind of so-called relationship we have?
Yeah.
And community, all that shit. What does that really mean?
Yeah, man. Like I said, oh nigga, you too good for the pussy I have access to.
These are the same guys running around with their mask on their face sagging below their mouth when they walk.
I'm telling you, next week they're going to be wearing them backwards.
They already started doing that, Judge. Yeah, now it's a $500 fine now.
What? Yeah. I'm wearing it. What? I'm wearing it.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Dirty masks, dirty drawers. This it's all that game's all effed up, man, out here, man. I don't, I'm surprised to hear in 2020 that this conversation has happened. Now, if you would have said this in 2010, 2011, I could be like, okay, I get it, man. I get it. Smack DVD. I get it. I get it. But
there haven't been enough black people who've died yet.
Look,
that's my black pill view of what's going on right now.
I'm just saying with this argument, like I couldn't believe that this is the argument. This is the thing. But I do also see, again, some things in there. But the fact, I never thought that it would be the situation that cats would forget the meaning of euphemism. Just forget it. And okay, right? So you have pussycat, you have cat, you have monkey. They're all euphemisms, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Because you don't, if you open up a lady's panties, you don't expect to actually see a pussycat, a cat, or a monkey in there, do you? But if somebody ever in life, ever at any point in time, used the term game, it means this. Oh, you play the game of life, don't you? That's game. Like, wait a minute. Something that didn't come around till like the 1950s is post hoc rationally added into the entirety of human existence because, Yeah. And that's the argument. But it's easy also to see where the lines have been drawn when you start to hear the arguments and like, and this again, I think is an illustrative of potentially maybe male wall.
The same guys who talk about, man, black people don't need no UBI, man, you don't need no UBI, and he's, we capitalists out here. You go out there and take money from a woman and call that capitalism,
right?
And drive her car around, and you're a real man. So
driving her car around that some other guy's paying for.
Yeah, that you're a real man, right? But we CMB, we all we got, right? That's the sort of narrative that is put out there. We see, that's what these guys are putting out there, man. I think that there is a lot of undiagnosed megalomaniacs in the manosphere.
I think it's a lot of sociopaths, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. And somehow, some way, there's a fixated target, though. There's not a medical or psychological term for this sort of disdain for upwardly mobile black males. I've looked around the last maybe 6 months. I haven't been able to find anything other than just, other than misandry, but it's a different form of misandry because when they get successful, when they take the resources from a woman, then they're men. But if you work for IBM or Microsoft or something like that, you're a bad person. You went to college, you egghead nigga,
They call it the Robert Smith syndrome.
Yeah, no, it's and again, okay, so think about it like this, right? Who are the biggest complainers about business? Mm-hmm. Against business? Those who have no business experience. Every person who has zero business experience other than working for one or shopping in one can tell you what to do with business. Now, an actual business person is going to require kind of a lot of input before they give a definitive this way or that way recommendation. But the biggest experts on business are those who have zero business experience. Now, logically, people would be able to hear something like that and be like, oh, yeah, so maybe I should stop trying to take advice or criticism from people who don't have businesses. But in our community, it's like, yeah, because they know better. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's interesting. They always seem to have a book coming, but they never read a book any other time, right?
Well, they all have educations, but I'm telling you, man, antebellum slavery had some highly educated motherfuckers, because the time travel machine that they came out of, because I hear the voice and then I hear education.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's game. All right, Complex Design has a live stream, man. That should be starting now. I think we should all go over there and support Complex Design's live stream.
And I had actually rescheduled for tomorrow.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I think I'm gonna crash out, man. It was hot today, and me and my little one was out, and I'm zapped.
Yeah, I'm about there. I'm about there too.
Well, after listening to that live stream, man, I would be zapped too, man. I just
It was very entertaining, though. I must admit.
Hey, Mike, real quick, dude, did you get my text, bro?
Just now?
I texted you a little while ago. I told you to check out. I texted you.
Yeah, it had not finished rendering yet, so I had to wait for it to render.
Okay, all right,
yeah. But we really need to do a deep dive on disdain for upwardly mobile Black males. It's something that's really particular, because you don't see this with any other group of people.
You are free. That's it.
Really?
You were never supposed to be free. You were never supposed to be free. You were never supposed to have the options and the liberties and the choices that your education, your experiences, your talent afford to you. You were never supposed to have that. White men never expected you to have that. Black women never expected you to have that. And the men are just products and proxies of that system. The other Black men, the Pookies and the Ray Rays, are just proxies and products of what was supposed to be an overall system to keep you essentially enslaved.
How dare you?
So
How
that's why
dare
they
you
hate
escape the necessity of seeking my validation?
That's why they hate you. They will always hate you, and they will go to some extreme to try to ring you in. And that's why the conversation often gets very testy and sort of pre-violent for those reasons.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, hold that thought there, because I'm gonna bring you back. We're gonna have a live stream on that, man. Whenever you're available, let me know. Let us know, Complex as well, because we really need to do a deep dive on that. Because I asked T.S.on Johnson this last year, and he kind of gave me like a somewhat of a simple response that I didn't feel was sufficient. With that level of knowledge that from an academic standpoint, because I don't see this with any other group of men on the planet.
But that's because we specifically were supposed to be plugged into this thing. I look at America historically, not just today, but historically, as a giant pyramid scheme. And Black men have always supposed to have been the base of that pyramid. So when you choose not to be a part of that base, you're kind of a threat to the overall pyramid.
Well, Mike,
just think about it. Just think about our history. Think about our particular place in history. Think about the particular investment that have been required of Black men.
Well, I guess Black Rule, the only thing I would have to say to that is that may very well have been the case, but I would say that I kind of saw it some time ago that shit was over, because look at the time we're in now. I mean, you think that if Black men decide that they want to pursue their own interests, that somehow this whole fucking country is going belly up any goddamn way, and has nothing to do with what the fuck we choose to do.
This is not necessarily true for other groups of women, though. They don't feel that way about brothers, right? Most of the guys I know in IT that are very successful are with non-black women, so I don't see that with them.
Yeah, but they're not bred into our. I mean, there's a particular relationship between white people, black women, and black men.
Well, but look, this is what I'm going to say. It's here and say, and then I got to sign off, guys. Look, uply mobile men, especially black men, look, stop being so difficult. You know, stop being so difficult. Just fulfill your role and let black women take advantage of you. That's all they want to do. They just want to take advantage of you, man. And, you know, look, deep down, I mean, I know you know it's wrong, but really deep down, you still know it's wrong, but just let them. Just all black women ever wanted to do or want to do for you, especially the lower tier ones, and men for that matter, lower tier black men, all they want to do is take advantage of you. Just let them. Why are you being so difficult?
Mm-hmm.
Just give them the wallet. Just give them the wallet, man.
That's game.
All they want is your soul.
I mean, gosh, you act like I'm asking for much.
I mean, yeah. I mean, come on, like you're like. I mean, it's really easy. It's real simple. It's not. I'm not asking. They're not asking for much. Just be 100% fully subservient. Come on. Mm-hmm. How hard is that? Y'all have a great night.
Yeah, have a good one, brother. Huru, could you put your email in the chat so I can get in contact with you?
Yeah, all they want is your soul. That's all.
Soul on ice.
Razzcast 1996 Priority Records.
Is it Huru? Is it
Well, I just put it in there.
I just saw it.
Onlyfans.com/. Makes sense.
No, man, I can't. Porn is free. I don't get the OnlyFans.
But that's not porn. That's business. That's game.
It's game, man.
All right, shalom, everyone.